It's me, Mr. Know-It-All, episode 159 of the Mr. Know-It-All podcast. This week, of course, Kellie Q's here, Taya Moore's here. Love when she comes around. We're going to have some deep discussions today. So as always, buckle up and get ready. You know, episode 159 is on its
I said
way.
No more goody two shoes, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Fuck you too, it's likewise. This is what they left me in when they ain't choose the right side. Red inside my sight lines, feeling this in my mind. Venomous synonyms, nigga, I become a python. Cause y'all really push me to the edge. Ain't no more rebuilding once it's fire on the bridge. Keep an eye out when trying to feed a dog who ain't been fed. Cause after you feed them, they might use the strength to bite your hand. It's crazy, I know. Thinking how could they do it? Play with negatives. Way too long, then they show improving that. So no more goody two shoes, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Fuck you too. It's
so
likewise. This is what they left me in when they ain't
we
choose
record
the
now.
right side.
We recording now.
But listen,
Hey.
so I was watching a podcast called the Dear Future Wifey podcast. Have you watched this before?
Never even heard
That's
of
the
it.
one that
The guy's name is Laterasol Wakefield.
that's the
Who?
one that Daisha Jackson was on.
Yes, and her and the one that I sent y'all the clips about whatnot. You can't hear yourself. The one that I
Hello.
yeah, good. All right, just had to mess with it. What you
You hear
call it?
me?
Yeah. Talk to us, Mike.
Hello.
Yep, there you go. So Laterasol Wakefield, he's like
Parasol, Jesus.
he's like a big don't do that. He's a cool dude. Honestly, it's an odd name, but he's a cool guy though. No,
Fuck up his mama though. I don't blame him.
I might have to cut
He
this
didn't
out.
ask.
But I said that to bring this up. So there was a couple on there, and he's interviewed everybody from Kadeen and DeVal Ellis to Tamala and David Mann. Like he does a whole lot. His objective is to try to lend light to the people that are in relationships that are going well, in relationships that are going bad. Things that are teetering and kind of, but it's spiritual based. You know what I mean? And so he was talking to a couple that had a DM'd them about being on the show, and one of the guys on there, the husband's name was Keith. Crazy, right? No, his name wasn't Keith. His birthday was the same day mine was. It was the craziest thing ever. He was Aries or whatnot, and he was talking about him and his wife getting a divorce, and the reason why is that because she said a lot of these things that I know men, especially men, maybe I could just say for Aries men, I'll give it to Leo men too and whatnot. Like, we get this thing a lot of times, especially from the women in our life and whatnot, where they might feel as if that, you ever heard the expression, I'm pouring into you and I needed that to be reciprocated? I feel like I'm pouring into you.
Okay.
And sometimes you feel like it's an empty cup. Sometimes you feel like it's a cup with holes in it. Sometimes I hear, you hear this a lot. Maybe this is a new thing of like mental health or something like that. And when he started asking him questions, you can see the fucking stoic on his face. Like he was just so like to the point where it's like he told his wife he don't love her no more, never loved her.
Oh my Lord.
They've been together for 12 years. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't believe that that's the
Told her
case.
that on the show?
He told her that before the show. Then he reiterated it,
it.
yes, on the show. The reason why I'm bringing this up is that because the conversation that we was just having. I think a lot of times is what women don't understand about men in particular is the fact that in relationships or whatnot, there has to be some form of equity, and I don't mean like equality. I mean equity. Some way, shape, or form where you feel like you're on a level playing field. That's why people love like hood niggas love hood chicks. Scholars love scholars. If you get too big brash, if you big wig and you big willie and you making millions and millions, the high quality nigga is never going to go for the woman that's on the same plane because he don't want that type of challenge. That comes from being the top of the mountain. The top of the mountain don't never want to share the top of the mountain. So he'd rather just have somebody that he, even in his mind of minds and heart of hearts, he feels like he has to take care of her. She's beneath him. Of course. But when you're on the same plane, or a man feeling like he's less than his woman, that shit never works. Never, ever fucking works. It builds resentment. And that man was stoic and resented her with a fucking passion. And she tried everything. She poured into him. Everything he wanted to do, but here's the problem. When you asked me about that earlier, it was the accountability factor. It was the fact that when she helped him do something, he didn't even want to do it. Because all he was doing was a bunch of shit talking. He was just like, I'm going to start up a shirt business. She said she want to set up the shirt stand for him. He's still resentful of you, though. He's resenting you. You want to be, you being so much more thorough than he could ever be in that place. So in a lot of times, these niggas that you talking about that's having, you know what I mean, that look to you, you know what I'm saying, for the guidance, for the shoulder to lean on and, to cry on and tell these things too. What happens is that men have an underlying resentment of the women in their life and whatnot that they feel as if that are on a higher platform than they are, higher pedestal. You just can't. It sucks. And I'm not saying that you should dumb it down. What I'm trying to tell you is that any little sign that you see up front, take that shit as a sign. You know what I'm saying? Because and it's the littlest thing in the world. Make sure a motherfucker do what he said he gonna do. Point blank, period. For you, for himself, you know what I'm saying? For people in his life or his children, anything. A nigga will show you exactly who they are when it comes to doing something for other people. Point blank, period. Now, the way that you weigh that out with the importance of shit, if they rush to do things for others before they do for you, then you kind of see where you come on that scale. And because there's also resentment in that too. Relationships is a motherfucker. And at the end of the day, sometimes it's as simple as having this agreement that my shit is here, your shit is here. But it always has to be the man here. It's unfortunate. Or at least here, where y'all can bounce and feed off of each other. Because the moment that this nigga feel as if that he's beneath you, the fuck you need him for? You know what I'm saying? It's the first thing he thinking, like, she really don't need me.
But how much of that is the woman, and how much of that is his own insecurities?
It's all his insecurities, all of it. But the problem with it is that this is a relationship. You have to learn how to manage. You have to learn how to manage not only yourself, but each other in this relationship. Men are terrible with their feelings. So therefore, these little things, these little nuances that come into play the entire time, if he's not letting you know that shit up front, it'll continue to fester on the back end. Then all of a sudden, one day after 12 years, you looking up and like, I can't stand this bitch. That's exactly what the fuck happens. You know what I'm saying? And it happens more often than not. So like I said, see the signs on the wall, and if you're pouring and you choose to pour, continue to pour, because at the end of the day, at least you understand that this man's overflow, you know what I'm saying, will be for you.
You know what's crazy? I was watching this interview with Lauren London, and
Right.
she was talking about her and Nipsey,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, she feel like she might not ever be able to find anybody else like him again for this reason. She said she's not an ego stroker. Like, she don't just tell men what they want to hear because that's what they want to hear. She's like, she always told him the truth. Like, you know what I mean? And he respected that about her, right? So I was having a conversation earlier. I was saying, like, my dad said one day, like, you don't seem like somebody that knows how to stroke a man's ego. I said, well, that's not true. I only will stroke the ego of a man his ego is not starving. I don't mind feeding the ego of a person whose ego is not starving. Because at the end of the day, if you starving, it's going to take a lot for you to be full. But if you not starving, you know what I'm saying? Whatever I do is going to feed your ego. You know what I mean? So I'm not one of them people that like, let me see. Oh yeah, I don't you like just saying something just to say it. I'm not one of them people, but I'm naturally a person that compliment. Oh, okay, I see you got your hair cut. All right, I see you. That's not me. That I really mean that. Like, because if I don't like it, I ain't gonna say that. You know what I mean? So like when I seen her say that, I was like, wow, she really did find her person, because that's a big criticism of women. Like, women will just say stuff just to, you know what I mean? Like, just to say it.
Right.
Because they feel like that's what you're supposed to do. for a man. Like now, my feeding the ego is like if you tell me how to do something. Like if a man show me something or teach me something, I'd be like, damn, I ain't know that. All right, thanks for telling me that. You know what I mean? And I tell people all the time. I tell women this all the time. Listen, like a man teaching you something and you acknowledging that he taught it to you.
Right.
Is big. I don't care who the man is.
I like the sound of that.
Big. It is a big thing because one thing men think is women do not listen to men, and I tell men all the time. Oh, I listen to a lot of men. The men that I actually know have my best interests at heart. I just don't listen to you just because you're a man. You have to actually, present yourself as somebody that I should listen to. And it's the same thing with the leadership. Like, I got into a big thing one time because I put up a post. I said, women naturally submit to men that we view as leaders. And it was some men agreed, and those are the men who people view as leaders. But the other ones felt like I'm saying that they're not a leader. I don't know what you are. I'm telling you the truth. It's natural. You don't even got to know a man sometime. If he puts himself in a position to lead you, you could be in a store and he like, oh no, because you need da-da-da-da. Women will instantly, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a natural thing. So sometimes if somebody's not allowing you to lead, either something happened to them where they don't trust anybody to lead, or you did something that made them feel like you're not capable of leading. It's one of the two. That's why I said naturally. We are naturally submissive.
It's also about, I think it lends itself and whatnot to ambitions, and then the thought process of the person that's in front of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can be thorough presenting and not be about shit. Or you could be meagerly presenting and be all about all the shits. It's also the way that it's looked upon. Like if you on the same wavelength as a motherfucker, it's not hard to tell when you on the same wavelength as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's just about you. It's so much easier to feed into a well that's flowing in your direction.
Right.
That's the real, like if the well, river, whatever you want to call it. If the river is flowing your way, let me dump this shit right in there or whatnot. Because, you know what I mean? That is an easy thing. The majority of the time, though, the problem is, and when we talk about being equally yoked, and we talked about all these other things and whatnot, the river's not flowing in that direction. You're not even looking towards that river. You see the river flowing, and you'll only pay attention to it.
Upstream.
Yeah, no, not even swimming in it. You're not even paying attention to the river. The only time that it works for you is when you hear the crash of the waves. Now the river is overflowing. Now it's an overabundance of something that this person is doing, and it's working for them. So now you got to pay attention to the river, because here's the problem. A river like that, everybody's paying attention to it. So now you ain't the only one. So when the nigga that got overabundance, when they say something along the lines of, you know what I mean? If I'm a 7-figure nigga, or if I'm this high value man, why would I just want you? But here's another thing. But the woman that has been dumping into that river the entire time, you know what I'm saying? She flows with it. She becomes a part of it. So when it flows over, they can look all they want to. She like, fuck y'all, this is my river. I fed into this river. And even if that river is, even if other people join in the river, he will still have that one spot for that one person. Michael Jordan, fucking Melinda Gates, Jeff Bezos' wife. Them niggas will never not look at these women and say, yo, you fed the river. You get anything you want to out this river. You know what I'm saying? My shit may have gotten a little too out of control where I couldn't control my whole, you know what I mean, my horny and my, you know what I mean, my comeuppance of the situation. And it outgrew what our relationship was, but there's something about what you feed into this man that you will always have a place in at the heart of his river.
For Dwayne Johnson, and
absolutely,
his ex-wife.
Oh yeah,
that's his producing partner.
Who you tell?
Make sure.
Yep.
I mean, I believe she's remarried.
Yeah, she married. She married their personal trainer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember that video.
Yeah, I made a video about it. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Hold on. I don't know why you look like you parted to the side on that camera. Hold on 1 second. Keep talking. It's all going to be in there anyway, but I wanted to get you straight up in the camera.
So I seen this video where it was a guy and girl getting married, and when they were saying the vows, when they got to the obey part, she was like, we ain't discussed this. And yeah, we didn't discuss this or whatever. He was like, yeah, we did, whatever. She's like, no, we didn't discuss this. And she didn't say it.
She didn't say the obey part.
And he still married her, right? So I had put up a post about it. I said, number one, why didn't y'all discuss vows before y'all got married? That's problem number one.
Right.
Problem number two is, sis, obey doesn't. Every time somebody say obey, people picture Ike Turner. That's not what obey means in the vows.
Right.
It literally means you're going to trust this person to lead you
Right.
and allow him to have the final say in most situations. It doesn't mean that you're never going to have a say. He's never going to listen to you, whatever the case may be. That's not what it means. And I think that goes back to knowing who you marry. Like, if you don't marry this controlling person that wants to dim your light and wants to control everything, then you wouldn't have a problem saying obey because that's not what his obey is going to mean. But if you marry somebody, you know what I'm saying? So it always comes back to knowing who you're marrying. And why aren't y'all discussing vows before y'all get married?
People the problem is, one thing is that
Like,
no, people also don't take premarital counseling. That's a whole nother thing. You should do that. But here's another thing. What's the most powerful? You played chess before, right? What's the most powerful piece on the chessboard?
Queen.
Exactly. Why is the queen the most powerful?
I don't remember, but I do know that.
She protects the king.
Not only right, she protects the king. But here's the funny thing about it. It's not she'll take a bullet for the king and then this is that and the third. The king is limited into what he can do on the board because he is the focal point. He is the attacked. He is the one that bears the brunt of it all. So therefore, you gotta have somebody. That's what I talk about playing number two. Nobody likes to hear about number two, but companies don't function without the best number twos. For every fucking founder, there's a CEO. For every CEO, there's a COO. There's somebody in the realm of this shit that makes it go. And it wouldn't even work right without the right person beside you in order to do that. As a matter of fact, there would be nothing without them. So why is it that if you say, listen, I need a partner.
Have an assistant manager.
Because there's not a lot of partnerships. It's a whole lot of marriages, not a lot of partnerships.
Jay-Z made it cool not to be number two.
You said not to be number two?
I mean, to be number two. He made it not cool to be number two.
Why you say that?
Check your album cover. You always be number two.
But here's the funny thing about that situation, though. When you look at this relationship, when you look at their situation and whatnot, they play number two in each other's lives.
Oh, absolutely. But he was talking about Mace, I think, when he said
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But they play number two in each other's lives.
him and Beyonce, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, that's what
a perfect example.
That's what a partnership
because
is about.
Sometimes she on top, sometimes he on top, and she is on top now more than he probably is because she's still touring and all this stuff.
Right,
whatever.
she's still.
But they do a good job of
balancing each
other.
like Will and Jada. Will is on top all the time.
Right.
It's never to me. It's never a time that she was above him.
Right.
Never.
Right.
So
But
I think that has a part to do with everything
I don't
too.
even think they run in the same kind of situation to where she could be
Right.
above him.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
yeah.
where her movies lie and where his movies lie.
Right.
Like,
Well, I think the problem
it's
is
like being an R&B singer and a pop singer.
I mean, she was a little more out there with the red table talk because he wasn't doing a whole lot much during that time. But I mean, he doesn't have to. He's Will Smith. Like,
Well, see, there's also
it's just never, you know what I mean. But
there's a
Beyonce and
competitive
Jay-Z
thing
is
with them.
equally. They're
Yeah.
equally.
there's a competitive thing with them
power
too.
couple.
A lot of couples
Right.
find themselves competing against
Right.
each other.
Yeah, I don't
They
ever want
they
that.
turn it into a competition.
Yeah, no.
That is the story of everybody's life.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And until somebody, and don't get me wrong, a lot of times it has to do with mistrust in the fact that there's a non-believability when it comes to especially dreamers, especially people with different types of ambition, especially when somebody that doesn't agree with the way that you go about things. That's cool. But here's the thing. Results matter the most. So, and it's funny that we talk about this because this wasn't even like a lot of the shit that was on the docket. I guess it's a part of it, but it's just like there's a lot of this and whatnot when men are butthurt right now and broken. And the reason why men are butthurt and broken is because of the fact that they're looking for somebody to be the balance, to be the yin and yang. And a lot of times that's not what this is happening. It's
hard to be somebody's yin and yang if you're not balanced yourself.
Exactly. So what happens is this, like you look for this person, you bring them in your life, and everything is going, it could be going well for a season, and it could be not going well or whatnot. It's always about, like, how do we hold up during this time? Like, what are we doing to pour in each other's cups and whatnot in order to make it better? And a lot of times there's not enough partnerships for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, people can be married, people can be in long-term relationships, but at the end of the day, if one stumbles and there's not another one there to hold them up, the whole thing collapses. And to me personally, that's the reason why you see people married for 25 fucking years and they like, yo, I'm done. Because of the simple fact that this was your spouse, this wasn't your partner. This is a fucking business agreement. You know what I'm saying? And that I think that's the thing that might, like, when they say, well, why are men scared to get married? That's probably one of the reasons. You know what I'm saying? Because women come in with it, we're like, well, he got to be making this, he got to be making that, he got to be doing this. And it's like, cool.
What are you doing?
Not only what are you doing if he doesn't?
I hate that.
What are you doing if he doesn't?
What if you do?
And
what
what
are
if
you
he-
doing if he does?
Right.
And then something happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
And that's
He's
right.
not
That's what I
doing
mean.
it anymore, or he can't do it anymore.
Because people marry people right now. They don't think about the future. They don't think about, okay, what if this, what if that. They don't think about that.
No, they're not thinking
You know what I
about
mean?
that at all.
Like,
Marrying
if
the
you
CEO
marrying
of
him
this
because he's
organization, but
making
what if he
6
gets
figures
fired?
now, he might not make 6 figures one day for whatever reason.
What, for better or for worse?
Would you
for
still
sickness?
want to be with him if he can't do the same things he was
Right.
doing?
No. That's
No.
and that's
That's
the
why
point.
character should always be number one.
And that's a whole lot of lack of that.
I'm just saying.
It's a lack of that. Well, let's start this show. We be here to talk about this one later. All right, I'm gonna play some of the original Ratchet shit because I'm tired of all this new Ratchet shit out here. But I need to play this. Yeah, that is the classic
Yo.
right there, man. Welcome back.
Yo, I feel like that song was real and they really was talking about each other.
Oh, no, they definitely really was talking about each other. They definitely really was talking about each other. No, that's some real shit. People don't know how deep that relationship was. That was some serious shit.
I'm aware.
Oh, man.
That's why she did all the stuff she did.
Rest in peace to B.I.G. Kim, I hope all is well with you.
I wanna
You know what I mean?
apologize to myself. Like,
You want to apologize to yourself? Why?
For what?
I never heard that song.
You have
What?
Never.
I
heard
know.
that song.
Look, because she wasn't having the same vibe. we
Yeah,
was
I
having when
know,
we was
like, she
on.
wasn't-
So I was like, she must.
That's
don't
why I
know
was
this
just
song.
listening to it. I was like,
Listen, girl.
Kellie.
how have I never
That
heard
song right there.
Like,
you
how
so
have I
hype.
never heard that song?
It's on Life
trying to
After
understand it.
Death.
Really, Kelly?
Never heard Life After Death album?
You've never
I
listened?
don't think I've listened to the whole thing.
Welcome back.
Yeah, you got a couple of strikes for that one.
Yeah, it's episode 159 of the Mr. Know-It-All podcast. As always, I am your host, handsome as ever, sleeveless, hoodie
Wow.
down,
Wow.
feeling myself today
Okay, Beyonce.
and every day. Nah, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Why you got to say that? You know what I mean?
Because she got a song saying feeling.
I got that. But you ain't got to call me Beyonce. What kind of shit is that or whatnot? Oh,
That's
man.
my birthday twin, y'all. Me
I'm-
and Beyonce.
I'm Mr. Know-It-All. Oh, her birthday coming up too?
September 4th.
Hey, Ty got a birthday
4th,
coming up.
1981, 9481.
What you doing for your birthday? It's lit.
A lot.
Oh yeah, your bag is lit. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Know-It-All. Your favorite podcaster's favorite podcaster, even if you didn't know that he podcasted. And podcasting's lovable smartass. That's me. All right. Hand clap praise for myself. To my left.
To the left, to the left.
On her phone, always hopefully looking up some information that you can regurgitate to the masses.
Well, we got to start talking about something and I'll look it up.
All right. I could dig it. Oh,
Can't
man. It's
magically look up
Look up
information
Life
that we
After
got-
Death.
Yeah, how about you start? Yeah, you start with that. Start with that. It's Q Diamond Phillips. It's Kelly Q. It's the Qster. You know what I'm saying?
all the rest of them are fine. I like Q Diamond Phillips.
DJ
I
Q
hate
money.
Qster.
You know what I'm saying? Q.
Kells.
No, we not doing that. I don't like the Kel shit. You know what I'm saying?
know
We
what
gonna
I
do with
hate?
everything. What's that?
Kel. Hey, Kel.
It's her.
Anyone to call me Kel. I have to tell my boss that.
He
It's
called
about
you.
her.
He called you
She-
Kel. Oh,
she-
she called you Kel.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Kel.
All week. All week.
Kel. So you told her to call you Kels?
I'm going to have to.
Oh, she keep doing it, huh?
Yeah.
You just don't want to get you on probation. She's like, oh, I just ain't trying to get
Because it's
that.
just like, I'm sitting there training, and like, she's like, hey, Kel, did you hear? Just say Kelly. Just say Kelly.
That's so particular. You goddamn Leos. Two.
I just hate, it's not, it's the Kel. Kel's is fine.
What's
But
wrong?
it's the Kel.
What's wrong with Kel?
And it's when,
Kelly Kapowski didn't like Kel either. She didn't like to be called
right,
that on
but
Saved by
it's
the
like
Bell.
when,
Yeah.
look, when,
Yeah.
when they say it,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
it's just never like, my mom calls me Kel. My godmom calls me Kel. And it's a completely different way they say it to where,
You feel like it's
Others
racial,
be
you
like,
feel like it's racially
Kel.
motivated?
hey, Kel.
I feel like
You feel
you're
like it's
changing
rape.
my name. My name is
My name is
Kunta
my name.
Kinte.
My
my name
Pusha
is
T.
Kunta Kinte,
Yo.
not Toby. That's how.
It's
My
just
name is my name. Like
somehow-
Pusha T. Like what is the problem?
It's just the way they say that double L on the end, and it's just like it doesn't end. It's
It's
just
like
hey,
Cal, nigger girl. Like what is we talking about?
And I mean,
Yeah.
and she's not white. My boss is not white, so
What? Oh.
but it's just like I'll stop most people from like it's my godmom, my godfather, and my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Are the people that's alive that can still call me Kel with no problem.
All right, we'll stick to Qster then. And
No, we want to stick to Q's because I don't like that one either.
to my right, returning
right,
champion
to the
as
right.
always. It is her. Taya
Right to the right.
is back. Taya Moore, give her a hand clap of praise and all that. She's here. You know, her and Kelly always do their best to try to match each other. Don't understand it, but you know what I mean. And I don't know.
We didn't call each other. I didn't even
Apparently
know
don't
she was
talk.
coming today.
It's always a color scheme. Try to get me in red. I don't. I actually do got a nice little red.
No.
You could
would
have did
play
it.
nice on your complexion with your tan.
Thank you. I appreciate that. My tan. I got a tan. I ain't got no tan.
Yes, you do.
Really? Do I? I've been in
I
these
got a
streets.
tan. Hell,
You ain't got no tan.
I was at the beach last weekend.
Oh, you was at the beach?
Yeah, it is.
What beach you go to? The naked
Ocean
one?
City.
Oh, you went to Ocean City. Jersey?
You was on a naked bike ride yesterday.
No,
You know, because
you
you know
can
they,
handle that.
you know they got a naked beach in Jersey. Yeah, I still can't see it, but I'm gonna let you rock. Taya, what's going on? How you feeling?
I'm good.
All right, she's good. You gotta.
I'm good. 'Cause guess what? It is Virgo season.
Oh, you Virgo.
The most hated sign
Yo, you.
of the zodiac.
No.
Yes, we are.
No, they are.
We
They are.
definitely are the most hated sign of.
No, Leos are assholes, but Virgos, the Virgo situation, because you don't ever. It seemed like you know how they say, oh, you got the July, you got the June Leos and the July. I'm sorry, the July Leos and the August Leos.
Let me just read this to y'all.
You got
Wait a minute.
You got the. You.
Get the organization of where Leo's
I apologize.
all at.
You got the August. You got the August
July
to. You got the what? You got the
Leos.
August 25th to the 30th Virgos. Then you got the September 1st to the 15th Virgos. Y'all like something is up with the whole Virgo dynamic. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to figure out which type of Virgo that
Listen.
Taya is, but yeah.
I'm a Virgo. But listen, right? So let me say this about Virgos. Everybody hates Virgos, but when you ask people why they hate Virgos, they'll say that they left me alone and they ain't want nothing to do with me no more. It's usually that kind of story, like they broke my heart. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing about Virgos is they do a lot while they're in the situation, but when it's done,
It's done.
it's done.
Cut it right
As
off.
if you
I
didn't
haven't
even
met a
care.
Virgo that I haven't clicked with.
Everybody,
If it's a Virgo.
most
odd.
people click with us.
Like,
But then
from
when
the
we
day I met
going.
Tiffany at 18 years old,
The-
to my ass will be.
But look,
48
let me
next
read this
year.
to y'all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson is a Virgo.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe Bryant is a Virgo.
Mm-hmm.
Jada Pinkett is a Virgo.
Mm-hmm.
Idris Elba is a Virgo.
Mhm.
2 Chainz is a Virgo.
Mm.
Nas is a Virgo. Taraji is a Virgo. Zendaya, Foxy Brown, Keke Palmer,
Mm.
Sanaa Lathan,
Mm.
and Ayanna. All Virgos.
Shout out to them. And and Joe Budden is a Virgo.
Joe Budden is a Virgo.
Yep.
And Noriega also.
Yeah, Nori's a Virgo too.
So-
Shout out to all y'all.
Yeah.
There
so-
is shade in every person, and like not even just regular shade. There is notable shade in every single last person that you named.
Absolutely.
I mean, to where is it? I can name
They're all
you
talented too, though.
talented than a motherfucker. Talented than a motherfucker.
That's what we all have in common.
Absolutely.
Talented.
There is a level of shade that you just like, nigga. Really? I can name you probably an instant from each one of them people. I remember when Mike was looking at him singing "Heal the World." I remember when
I hear the word.
Idris Elba snapped on the motherfuckers for saying that when his wife had COVID and whatnot and he wanted to be near her. Joe Budden.
But see,
I
that's
that
the
nigga
thing.
every week.
We
I already know
very
that nigga.
even kill until pushed, and then it's like, whoa.
Mhm.
Nobody wants none of that. Nobody wants to see that again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like even. I know people hate Jada Pinkett, right? But because she is my sign, I tend to. One thing I know about Virgos is we could be doing something for one reason,
Mhm.
and people will think it's another reason because they don't understand. In our brain, it's for this reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like all those people I named have a story like that where
Yeah.
they did something and people was like, "What?" Like, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
even
yeah,
like
yeah.
the whole how everything always has like a meaning. Like, you know, Nas got this King's disease or the red table talk. Like it's always a meaning behind stuff. Like my book, A Fresh Cappuccino Sugar. That's like a triple entendre for the same word.
Right.
So that's the kind of stuff that Virgos do that other people don't always understand.
But y'all mad layered. That's what it is. So you got to
Mad layered,
peel back
Not
all the
really
layers. to it.
emotional, and you know, hide feelings a lot.
Oh no, y'all
So-
emotional with shit, but that's a whole.
No,
nother
we
thing.
hide feelings a lot. We were emotional, period. Like every Virgo I know is not like a totally emotional person. They're like emotional certain times.
And y'all
You know what I'm
emotions
saying?
kind of come to the surface of like weird things. It's almost like
Weird.
it's almost like a build up, or
Yeah.
like you find like somebody's been like cracking the shell, and all of a sudden the yolk spill out, and you like, what the fuck? Pause. And then it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are you losing it at this? You know what I'm saying? All I did was
Yep.
drop a pin. It made me think of the time
Yep.
when the world
Yep.
was in a shamble.
I just had
and
a
you
situation
you
like
like, what
that.
the hell is
Yeah.
going on? All I did was drop the pin.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Virgo.
But it's Virgo season. I'm about to be 42 years old.
Oh shit. That's your age, that's your industry age.
I ain't your average 24-year-old sitting around waiting to count the days. I'm about to be 42, and I still look good.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Tom. Shout out to Tom.
Black don't crack, baby.
Get with us on IG at Mr_KnowItAll_pod. The Facebook fan page, Mr. Know It All Podcast fan page, Mr. Know It All Podcast on TikTok. And as always, please send us all your fuckery, duckery, and schmuckery over to the Gmail account at MrKnowItAllPod@gmail.com. That's MrKnowItAllPod@gmail.com. Yeah, you can also hit the Cash App whenever you want to. This is my whole name. I'm gonna give you my government. It's $ Keith Saunders.
Wow.
You wonder what you call it? Look, I might put it below here, whatnot.
Wow.
Just send some money over. Like send.
Wow.
Grant us, you know what I mean, until we get this Patreon up and running and whatnot. And you know what I'm gonna do when we get the Patreon up and running? I'm gonna knock on doors and I'm gonna hit everybody in the phone book. I'm you know, everybody on my call list, and I'm gonna be like, yo, bro, you love me?
You love
Yeah,
me?
you love me? You love me? Like, yeah, I love you. You love
You
me?
love me?
You love me?
You love only me?
I want you to, can you subscribe to something for me for $10 a month? And if I can get 50 people to do that, that would say something about me, wouldn't it? Because I don't want to be one of them people. I be feeling like, man, I'm a little bit stoic and I'm about to have a moment. But I be feeling like I'm stoic. I don't want to ever feel like I'm one of them people that have 4 cars following my hearse.
Right. You won't
That's-
be that person, though.
Yeah, because I hate that, man, because that shit's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Like I no, to be perfectly honest with you, and I mean I know it's morbid, and I'm just saying that but I know
I
people.
took my headphones off.
Yeah,
for
but
that.
no, because I know people out there that are like that. You know what I'm saying? We're like, ooh, yeah, ain't nobody come to see you when it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't want to be that person. So, shout out to everybody. I'll be contacting you soon. Oh yeah, as always, we are on Apple, we are on Spotify, we are on YouTube, and all any other subsidiaries that go along with that. So please rate, review, and subscribe to all those things. And we've recently been added to Amazon. Woo! Shout out to Amazon Music for bringing us aboard. We
Let's
appreciate
go.
that. Stretching this RSS feed as far as we can get it. So that is what we're doing. You know what I mean? And shout out to everybody on YouTube as always. You know what I'm saying? We are here. And when the Patreon comes up, unfortunately, that little cut mark that you have in the middle of the episodes, we'll be able to take that away because with those episodes on Patreon, you can play the music. So we'll figure that out. I've been talking about getting a Patreon now for 2 years.
Yeah.
It's expensive, but
It's coming.
it's coming. All right. It is time for...
Oh, you know that song though, right?
What?
Luke, Scarred. You know that one.
Yo.
I know what other song you know too, but we ain't gonna bring that up.
Which ones? I know a lot.
Oh, Lord. In one of them days.
The color we wearing right now, sexy red. Pound
Oh,
Town.
Speaking of red.
I
He
heard.
said I know that song.
Speaking of red.
I heard.
It is time for everybody's favorite condiment. I don't really know too many people that don't like this condiment. It's the ketchup. That's what happens when you hit the button too many times. I done hit the button too many damn times. Goddamn. I know. She hates that button too.
No.
Oh, come on. Grow up. You're so fucking immature. You're so immature. If you're going to be immature during the podcast, just say that this is good. Just say, Keith, look, it's going to be an immature day for me. Okay, but I see that. I see what type of time you on. Did you put liquor in your cup? No, you didn't. Okay, you're just being immature today. All right.
Look, just water.
Kelly, catch us up. What have you been doing? Brief synopsis.
I started a new job.
Yeah.
Yay!
Go you.
Yay. I'm a group sales manager now. So I'm just training and upwardly mobile.
So you're the Purple Orchid now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I'm about to say what?
She said she was leaving Sin City. Went right
I
across
say
street to the Purple Orchid.
Did you see James Harden in there? I was about to ask you.
Yeah, that nigga definitely was in there. He got a fucking
He
membership.
a Virgo too, but you see I ain't named him because we not claiming him.
Virgos is massive strip club dudes too. Them niggas just be in the club. They don't give a fuck. They'll tell everybody. They blow
Yeah,
bags.
James Harden is a Virgo.
Is he an August Virgo? Or
Yeah, he's August. His birthday, I think, was the other day.
Oh yeah, he don't fuck with us.
Dave
like
Chappelle's
that.
a Virgo too.
Oh yeah, his birthday was the other day too.
Yes.
Yeah, go Dave.
All talented people.
Yeah.
Minus James Harden. Sorry.
He ain't. It's not that he's not talented. He getting old.
Not.
Don't do that.
No.
Listen,
I'm over him, okay? I'm over him. No, seriously. You want to
Ja-
know why I'm over him?
it's a bad breakup.
Because
This is a bad
When
breakup.
now, this is a Virgo move. I should have known he was a Virgo, right?
James Edwards.
He came out and said Daryl Morey is a liar,
Mhm.
and I will never work for any
Oh, his
organization he
birthday was
works.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I will never work for any organization that he is a part of again, right? So I said, damn, they done pissed James off. I ain't never seen him like that. Was wild, right?
Yeah.
So then at first I'm like, well, if he told me he was gonna do something and he didn't do it, then he have every right to say he lied to him, right?
Right.
Then when I get the truth that you're mad because other teams they wasn't able to trade you because
Oh,
other
yeah.
teams don't want you because you don't have the same value. Yo, now I can't claim you as a Virgo because no, like come
Nigga,
on,
he getting
James.
old.
You
He getting
getting
old.
How you mad at him?
That nigga wanted a max.
Like he was going to trade you if you wanted to be traded, but when he tried to trade you, nobody was biting, so he said, "We're not trading you no more." What you want him to do?
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Come on, man. You know what they call James Harden.
I'm about to do a Virgo draft, and I'm about to trade James Harden for somebody else. I don't know who yet, but
You gonna trade James Harden?
I'm gonna trade James Harden for Will Smith because Will Smith is a Libra that's close to Virgo. So we're gonna bring him over here. We're gonna send James. To
You want emotional ass? You want
the
well,
Libra
he'll
side.
fit right in. You right. Will Smith might fit
Shut up.
right the fuck.
Shut
in
up.
Whatnot. But yeah, shout out to James Harden, man. But we already know what that's about. He couldn't go back to Houston. It's titties over titles. That's how it's always been with James Harden. Titties
He wanted to
over
go to LA
titles.
too, though.
titties over titles.
Yeah.
Whether they fake or not. You know what I'm saying?
I think
Shout
a
out to
stripper
that.
made him mad in Philly or something.
Oh my gosh, yeah. They have a tendency. They can do that. Strippers in Philly can be extremely infuriating, but that's an entirely different
So you
topic.
heard, right?
Oh, yep. I heard that.
So you heard.
So, Ty, catch us up. What you been up to?
Listen, I'm just gearing up for my birthday, you know.
Right, right.
8 days away. It's on
Oh,
Labor
shit.
Day, September 4th.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my birthday is a holiday, but this year is actually a holiday because it's on Labor Day. Yeah. So, you know,
Got that day off. Thank you.
my theme this year is I'm already home, like the Jay-Z song. I'm already me. I'm already home.
I'm
right?
already home.
So,
Already
I'm
home.
going
You never heard that song either,
to-
too, have you, Kelly? You never heard that song either. Yo.
I'm done with Kelly.
Yo, you got, like, honestly, I told you this was a problem, and I said it before, but she just continuously denies it. We had a talk about hip-hop 2 weeks ago, and it's almost like
Ava DuVernay is a Leo.
I'm about to pull you.
Virgo.
I don't know, Kelly. I'm about to pull your application. This shit is ridiculous.
Why are you looking up Virgos, though?
She looking up hip hop songs. She looking up "Already Home" too
Why?
by Jay-Z
No,
too.
I'm not.
Yo.
All right.
So what else?
Hold on. So, yes. This is my Jackie Robinson year,
Oh shit.
42.
42.
So, I'm going to Brooklyn.
Oh shit.
Going to the Book of Hove, and then, you know, probably to get something to eat or whatever. Because this is a whole theme. I'm already home, home run, Jackie Robinson, 42, Brooklyn Dodgers. Yeah, all of that. So that's my theme this year. I'm already home because I'm quite honestly just feel like this is who I am now. Like,
Who you going with?
I don't know who I'm going with yet. I mean, I'm still trying to figure that out. There's a couple people who want to go, but
You gonna take a
you
date?
know. No, I'm not taking a date.
No date?
No.
Are you take so?
But listen,
all right.
I got a whole itinerary. Friday, karaoke at
Right.
Franklin's. Saturday is Brooklyn.
Right.
Sunday, Bach Bar. And then Monday, it's a wine shop in Manioc called Jake Cooper's wine store, whatever. So, yeah, I got a whole thing. Yes, I'm that extra Virgo that does something every single day of her birthday weekend. I used to do the whole entire month, but, you know. But I am going on a cruise the weekend of the 22nd, so.
Go you.
And then I'm going to see Wu-Tang and Nas
Oh shit.
on the 29th.
Oh,
Because
shit.
Wu-Tang forever.
It's lit.
Yeah. I am that extra Virgo. I was trying to downplay it this year. Like, oh, I'm not going to do that much, whatever. No, I'm me. I'm already home.
You got to take
My
somebody.
Jackie Robinson year.
Now, when you go to the
That's
Book
it.
of Hove, you got to take somebody that know what the fuck they getting into. Like, you couldn't take Kelly to the Book of Hove.
No, the people
what I'm saying?
the people I'm taking.
I know that.
Huh?
It's my favorite rapper. But
That's your favorite rapper and you don't know Already Home?
it's the one song I don't
See that? No, that's not true at all.
of him.
Peep the style of the way the cops sweat us. The number one question is, can the feds get us? You go. Okay. Taya, do you know
What?
the next line to that song?
Not right now.
All right.
Can't think right now.
Can't think right.
I'm in birthday mode. I'm not thinking about that right
What song is it from?
now. What song? Well, I didn't even hear what you said.
Peep the style of the way the cops sweat us. The number one question is, can the Fed get us? I got vendettas, dice games, real ass betters and niggas who pump wheels and drive jettas. Take that with ya, hit ya, back split ya. Fuck fist fights and lace scuffles. Pillowcase to your face, make the shell muffle. Shoot your daughter in the calf muscle. Fuck a tussle, nickel plated. Sprinkle coke on the floor, make it drug related. Most hated, can't
What
feel
album?
it. Well, y'all pump Willie, I run up in Stunt City. Scared, so you sent your little mans to come kill me. But on the contrary, you Paxton Mac Millie squeeze off on him. Met the paramedics breathing soft on him. Jay-Z and Biggie Smalls, nigga, shit your draws.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Man.
Yeah, I
know
couldn't,
the whole
think, I
damn
couldn't
song.
think right now. I couldn't think.
That's
But
on
yeah.
Reasonable Doubt.
Just for
I know that. I know the
Just
song.
for her Wu-Tang part. Just for her Wu-Tang part.
Oh, baby, I like it.
Shimmy y'all, shimmy yam, shimmy yay. Give me the mic so I can take it away. Off on a natural charge, bon voyage.
Yeah.
Get from the home of the Dodgers, Brooklyn squad. Wu-Tang killer, bees on a swarm. Rain on your college ass, disco dorm. Don't even touch my skill. You're gonna have the one killer bee, and he ain't gonna kill now. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yam, shimmy yay. Give me the mic so I can
Oh, they ain't gonna say no real hook though. The oh baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
That is a disrespect to
Wu-Tang is
Wu-Tang
I,
everywhere. Okay? That is a disrespect to Wu-Tang. Period.
it was cute, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, come on. Plus, but when you
Rest
don't
in
sing
peace,
the hook,
ODB.
Rest in
Sorry.
peace.
Sorry,
They
Sing the
ODB.
hook, but they actually playing all the instruments. You gotta give it
understood.
to the
I
Boogies.
do give them that, but
No.
you shouldn't have did that song
No.
though. Damn, you know what I'm saying? Because the best part of the song is, "Oh baby, I like it raw." Yeah, baby, I like it raw. That shit.
That
Oh, he
used to
was
be
getting into it.
my favorite.
He wasn't gonna sing that
No,
part.
no.
I love
Shout out to the kids, man. Shout out to the kids.
I love ODB, and I was like, when I go to Brooklyn, I might just go to the Brooklyn Zoo just so I could say that. Like, shame on you.
Yeah, see, so from what I'm hearing, the Brooklyn Zoo is really not the best place to go.
What you mean?
I don't know. From what I hear, I mean, I've heard they stepped it up over the years.
Oh, I ain't going in there.
You know,
Brooklyn
Brooklyn's
To be out front, to
extremely.
be like,
out front, it'd be like,
Oh,
just
shame on you.
well, you stepped through too. Oh man.
I used to sing that song word for word in 8th grade. Yo.
Well, what's that?
I'm old. That was in 8th grade when that
Yeah,
song
that was
came
in
out.
8th grade. Shit with the album with the he had the welfare card.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shout out to ODB. Rest in peace.
Kelly, you got to get cultured.
no. I remember that.
Oh, really?
I remember watching it. I just
Remember him getting arrested for food stamps too?
It's food stamps and shit.
Yeah.
Or the
I remember him like MTV following him into.
or the
I just
album
wasn't
or the
in
album
8th grade.
insert or
Look,
whatnot.
I
Where
just wasn't in 8th grade. That's all.
the album insert.
That's where I was with it. Just
Yeah,
like,
yeah, just closing your first mortgage.
Whoa.
Remember the album insert or whatnot when you open it up and he got his head between his girl legs with blood on his face.
Oh my God.
Nasty nigga. That's a nasty nigga. Shout out, man. Rest in peace to ODV, man. Oh, I miss that hip hop so much.
When you say that, it remind me of when Kendrick was on Power and he kept saying it. Did you ever see when Kendrick Lamar was?
No, what do you say was all about
He
that?
kept saying what you just said. He kept saying it over and over. He's like, "You's a nasty." Like he played. Yo, they need to put him in another movie because he acted his behind off.
On
He
Power.
was good in
Yeah.
that one episode.
that one episode he played like a homeless dude, whatever.
Yeah, he was like a.
Kanan was like getting him to help him do something or whatever.
Was he supposed to be a crackhead?
Yeah,
Okay, all right. So.
but he played the heck out of it, like even
He was
changing
good.
his voice and everything.
Yeah.
Like so, every time you say that,
It took me a second to be like, oh, yo, that's Kendrick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My bad. I'll cut that little part out. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? We were all around here. And on to the current events. Grow up.
I can't grow up.
Oh, I know. Honestly, you want to pause everything. I just see. I
only
can't say.
paused one time today
Yeah,
so
but you just
far.
the look on your face that you just had when I said what I said. You just something ain't right with your brain today. But I'm gonna let you tell it. You should have.
Okay.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? Should have took advantage yesterday. Rest in peace. Now you understand what I'm saying. Rest in peace
Bob Barker.
to Bob Barker. We're gonna start.
I'm about to get like I'm about to get like Shannon on y'all. Like that man was 99 years old.
Yeah, listen.
Still, rest in peace. I still want to play Plinko.
I love it. Well,
99 years old.
Drew Carey still plays Plinko, but
Yeah.
that's but
It's not the same, but that's who we grew up with.
I love
Was he
it
still
because
doing the prices right? He 99.
nah, hell no. Drew Carey been doing Price is Right for 15 years.
No, I'm talking about Bob Barker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
yeah, Drew Carey took it over like 15, 16 years ago.
I mean, he's 99. He lived a
99.
very good life.
Yes, he did.
Get your pet spayed or neutered.
Somebody wrote a meme and said Bob Barker is a G. He got as close as he got to 100 without going over. Shout out to them niggas. Man. Shout out to Bob Barker, man. That's the man. What a life well lived. Worst news though. I am an avid wrestling fan. And I'm gonna start off with the generation, 2 generations before that, a part of where I got put on to wrestling. Terry Funk. Terry Funk was 79 years old.
Oh my.
But Terry Funk was that guy. The Funk family, him, Dory Funk Jr., all them, they, you know what I mean, that whole family just resonates really, really deep in wrestling. And that man, Terry Funk was wrestling up until about 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was still doing, and he would do crazy shit too. Hit a nigga in the face with a barbed wire bat and shit, and you know what I mean? DDT a nigga off the
remember his
ropes.
face.
Yeah, Terry Funk, man, shout out. And he had a saying that he would call somebody, what is it called? Oh man, hot dog sucking dog, something like that. It was it was one of them names. Man, shout out to Terry Funk though, man. It was a long time running in wrestling, from the NWA days to the ECW days to the WWE days to the WCW days, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Terry Funk, world renowned, man. Rest in peace to Terry Funk, man. Real shout out to him. The sad one though, this young man was actually a member of another one of the most famous families in wrestling. So his name is actually Wyndham Wyatt. So the Wyndham family, Barry Wyndham and Kendall Wyndham. Barry Wyndham was one of the original Four Horsemen. That's his uncle. If you ever heard a wrestler called Blackjack Mulligan, that's his dad. Now he's an old school dude. That's precedes Hulk Hogan and all that shit. Big time family of wrestling, and he actually wasn't just like a dude on the roster. He had been a champion a few times. He had reinvented himself. Had a whole little thing, and you know what I mean, like they would call his fans the Fireflies, and you know they would sing, "He's got the whole world in his hand." It was a thing, and his whole comeuppance was during the time when even my son was in middle school going into high school. So he's like, you know, one of the guys. And 36 years old, and he passed away from a heart attack. And apparently this heart attack was, his heart problems were noted. And it was something, I guess, he was taking medicine for it. He was, you know, everything was kind of situated. But, you know, through rumor mill, and it could be cock sources, I have no idea. And I'm not going to sit up there and act as if that I know for certain. But what I'm hearing is that he had COVID. And the COVID kind of took effect on what was going on with his heart. So, rest in peace to Bray Wyatt. He actually, another member of the Wyatt family, not the Wyndham family, but the Wyatt family, which was his little faction in wrestling, actually passed away a couple years ago too. So I think now it might be only one of those guys that are left, one or two of them that are actually left. Wrestling is always a vicious cycle, because we know for a fact a lot of these guys use like performance enhancement drugs and shit like that, and they're on the road and they're doing this thing all the time. You don't hear about wrestlers living very long. Like, you just don't. And you hear some sad stories. Eddie Guerrero had cardiac arrest after he choked on vomit after he got drunk one night. And he had just lost the title. He was still a young man. Chris Benoit, we know the story of Chris Benoit, that, you know, hung himself after murdering his wife and son. He, like wrestling is vicious, you know what I'm saying? And I've been watching this since I was a kid. I'm always in and out with it, you know, especially nowadays, but I've been watching more of it lately. And, you know, WrestleMania 40 is coming to Philly in next year. So I'm trying to get tickets for me and Don, so that'll be a good look. But it's just sad, man. It sucks, you know what I mean? But shout out to the wrestling family, wrestling community. The reason why I put this out there like that, because they used to be the tie that bind it. You know what I'm saying? Especially me and my homies. We was wrestling fanatics. So, yeah, man. So when you lose somebody in that instance, it sucks. So prayers up to the Wyatt family, and to the Wyndham family, and you know, everybody that knew and loved Bray Wyatt. Shout out to them.
Yeah, I used to watch wrestling when I was younger.
Yeah.
I used to watch it for years. I'm going to tell you when I stopped watching wrestling. There was a match between The Undertaker and Kane, right? And the loser
the Inferno
had
match?
to go in the casket.
The
loser had to go in the casket, right? Mm-hmm. So they put The Undertaker in the casket. He's laying there, and he fixed his clothes. That was it.
Yo.
Then I picked it back up years. He went like this. I said, hold up. Like, that's when I realized wrestling was fake. No lie. That's when I started, like, no, this is fake. I ain't with it. I started watching it again, when Stone Cold was on there, Mike Tyson was on there and all that.
Right.
And then I kind of fell off with it again. But I used to absolutely love both wrestlings, WWF and WCW.
Yeah.
Like Ric Flair, you know,
Oh my God.
Ric Flair's the man.
all that kind of, all those people.
Woo!
I used to be big fans,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
then
Ric Flair
that
just
match,
yell out?
and he fixed his clothes. I was like, this is fake.
Listen,
Yes,
I mean,
This is fake.
Yes,
see, the
it's
one
fake.
thing I love about wrestling, now is that they kind of lean into the fact that everybody knows that it's a production.
Right.
But there are certain things about that's just Shannon coming in. There are certain things about wrestling that have now because it's on ESPN now. It is really transcended what it used to be. It used to be like a sideshow. Now it's about the the athletics of a lot of things,
Yeah.
and guys will leave and go to MMA and still come back and do wrestling. And I've been to almost every sporting event live, every type of sporting event live. Football, basketball, baseball, hockey. I've been to every one of them live. There is nothing
Like a wrestling.
like wrestling. Nothing like it. And the funniest thing, in the second, wouldn't even be what you think it is for me. The second is hockey. Hockey is a hell of a fucking entertaining ass sport. Like it's some things are just better to see live. You know what I mean? Like football is only the shit when you win it. You know what I mean? When you getting your ass kicked and ain't nobody, you know what I mean? This is like, this ain't
Very
the funnest.
true.
Yeah, so, yeah, man. Shout out to that, man. Shout out to the WWE, though.
It's almost football season. 2 more weeks.
Ain't never lied. It goes down. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't fucking
Listen,
wait.
football season is by far one of the best seasons. It's so great
Right.
that it should be summer, spring, fall, football, winter.
Yes. You ain't never lied. No, absolutely. For real, football season just brings
Oh
a different.
man, it's the best.
Man, I watch the Eagles game, and I'll be hoping that all Eagles games at 1:00 because I want to spend the rest of the day watching NFL Sunday Ticket. I turn right on Sunday Ticket, and I will
I think
be
we got
there.
a lot of evening games this year.
I know we do. We
Listen,
prime
yes,
time machines
listen,
this year.
A lot of
because
evening games.
being a female, a lot of females like to have events during football season on Sundays. Or hey, Ty, you want to go to brunch on Sunday? I literally will look at the schedule first.
Yep.
Determine if it's a yes or a no.
Yep.
So like I got a bridal shower on the 17th. We don't play that day because we play the 14th.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going on a cruise 22nd to the 25th. We play on the 25th, so I'll be back for the game. So yeah, I literally don't play. And somebody was like, "Dang, is that serious?" Yes, because just think about it, right?
Right.
We literally had to go from February to September with no football, like no football. So
Oh.
yes, it is that serious, and I feel like playing around my football Sundays, because if it's not something I absolutely have to go to, you're probably not going to see me because
Yeah.
I want to watch my team. Now we got a bye week, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I want to watch my team. I only get
Absolutely.
to watch my team 16
Say it
weeks.
again. Say it
Like-
again. Bird gang.
Gang.
So
That part.
So my football season just starts mega early. I don't get the 2-week situation everybody else's. First one, like when I used to coach, because right now I would like last year I was referee and I ain't doing that shit this year. Years before I was a coach and whatnot, and Don was in high school. Now Don's in college, and their season starts Thursday. So guess who's driving to Millersville on Thursday? Me. That's who.
Oh, somebody else son I know
Yeah.
is going there this year.
Really? Oh, we got to talk afterward. Wasn't it? We won't put the names out there, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah, we definitely got to chat about that because that's football season is everything. He's going into his red shirt freshman year.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm saying, which means that he was there all last year, but they decided to red shirt him not because he wasn't gonna get in. He had a little injury, so they sat him back. But he's worked himself back into health, so we gonna see what it look like. We gonna see
Neff. Come on, Neff.
what it look like. Shout out to the Millersville Marauders. Let's go. You see Donald Trump mugshot?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
It ain't funnier than that black girl that used to be R. Kelly and Kanye publicist that's associated with Trump. That was hilarious.
is that the one that got locked up and they won't let her out? Yeah.
You seen that? That shit was
Yeah.
like the Joker. I was like, what?
Oh, so Donald Trump got out on $200,000 bail or whatnot, and there's a couple other people that are in that were in support of him or in his pseudo cabinet or whatever they supposed to be doing, and they got their asses left right in jail.
Hey.
Shout out to Big T. Donald Trump is on some other shit, and I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't get this nigga out of here ASAP, I'm telling you right now, he's going to win the election. So y'all this shit better stick. All of this better hold, and they better be able to lock him up and put him away somewhere. Because if they got his ass even out on probation, he's going to be the president of the United States next year. You know what I mean? It's good. Hold on. Kelly's having some technical difficulties I'm trying to work through.
There's a short in it.
Is a short in it? This one?
Yeah.
Anything? Cool. And we're back. Shannon Sharp is joining Stephen A. Smith. That's gonna be a yelling, loud, black man ass podcast on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Oh God.
Oh shit. Yeah. Why are they only putting Shannon Sharp on there on Mondays and Tuesdays? What's up with this new schedule where they're doing it? Like, cause Lil Wayne is doing some shit with Skip like every other Wednesday or some crazy shit like that. Why are they? Is that what it is? Is it about the bread or the contract?
Remember, they just laid off a bunch of people from ESPN. So
Right.
That's probably why they only bringing him on part-time. And Undisputed, I think, this is my personal opinion, one person can't replace Shannon Sharp. So I think they just like, and it's funny, I was like, I wish I would have sent this into them, because I literally was saying this when Shannon first left. I said, they got to do a new format where they bring different people on all the time, because you can't just replace Shannon Sharp with somebody else. Nobody's going to think whoever you replace him with is good enough. So you got to mix it up.
The problem is that I think really ESPN is really trying to get away from the commentators.
Right, they are.
I think that because you know the reason why?
They got rid of Mark Jackson.
But you want to know the reason why? Why they're really trying to get rid of commentators? It has to do with podcasts.
Right.
It has
I
to
was
do with
gonna say that,
Yup,
yeah.
it has to do with
There's a lot of
podcasting.
streaming going on.
It's a lot of streaming and podcasting, and ESPN is looking at it like, yo, why are we paying y'all a shitload of money when we got these dudes that out here that are making pennies compared to your millions that are getting all the money? Why don't we pay 3 of you niggas? Stephen A. Who else is constant on there? Mike Greenberg, and it might be 1 or 2 other guys and whatnot that's on there, and we'll just give y'all your own shows, and we'll have a rolling cast or whatnot and pay them half the money. Because honestly, especially with football season coming up, they don't give a shit about that at all. It'll be Ryan Clark, Stephen A., and Shannon Sharp talking football all the fucking time. And then Sports Center. You know, of course, Scott Van Pelt ain't going nowhere. So they're going to keep doing that with that shit. But other than that, shout out to Shannon Sharp for getting the gig. You know what I'm saying? And oh yeah, he got his Club Shay Shay podcast signed for some ridiculous amount of money to some network.
You know, Cameron and Mace just got an 8-figure deal too.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about me personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. Love Cameron, love Mace, love what they're doing on the sports side of the situation and whatnot. It is a podcast. And them niggas will tell you in a minute, it's not a podcast, it's a show. Niggas, it's a podcast. But I understand exactly what y'all doing because it brings some raw form to it. And that's what I mean by kind of having that pre-built situation in there already. They're already Cameron and Mace. Y'all played basketball before. Like, it's not like I trust Cameron and Mace's takes on NFL football or some shit like that. But I want to give a shout out to them black men for getting the check and making moves and making that shit happen. So good luck with it.
There's room for us all.
Yes, it is. Kiki and Darius seen out together. I'm so sick and tired of talking about Kiki Palmer. I am.
Leave that Virgo alone. Her birthday
birthday.
was yesterday. Virgo season. Yeah, Kiki.
And she had a baby father out there. First and foremost, just because y'all think, I mean, that's a baby father, and they just broke up not so long ago. They still fucking. I mean, that's the baby dad.
They did not break. Where did you ever get that they broke up?
Oh, no. From what I hear, they did break up.
No, they didn't.
No, they never broke up? Oh, that's bullshit.
No.
I'm sick and tired of the internet. Then fuck all of the internet then. I'm not trying to hear
Yeah,
nothing
he
no
said,
What he said.
he said, I've never spoken to anyone and said that we broke up. They started putting out these stories like, oh, Darius said he's moving on. He said Darius said nothing. But like she told him yesterday in the video, she was like, Virgos are the best. You just have to admit you've been hooked by a Virgo, so you're not going nowhere. That's the truth. We usually be the one that be like, peace. So, you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Unless you get caught cheating. That's a whole nother time.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, it's it. Shout out to Kiki. Shout out to Kiki and Darius. You know what I'm saying?
Kiki turned 30. Shout out to Kiki, Virgo, true Virgo. Now that she might be the poster child for being a Virgo. But,
all the petty you can handle.
All
the petty.
All the fucking petty you can
All
handle.
the I did this for one reason, but y'all think I did it for another. All of it.
Yeah, because I'm starting to really believe that whole situation was a
It's a
rollout.
publicity
It's
stunt.
definitely a rollout. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, all right. So I think it's a publicity stunt because think about it, right? Kiki, nobody was really checking for her.
Right.
She was in there. She was dancing with Usher. Nobody ain't say nothing, right?
Right.
So it's like, damn, people don't even care about me dancing with Usher. All right, her boyfriend says what he says, right? Now it becomes a big thing, and you know why it became a big thing, right? No offense to black men, but they love to.
All the
It's this
black man. Go ahead.
It's this unspoken competition. Like, all right, we got to be on his side because he said something. We might not have necessarily had a problem with it if he ain't say nothing, but because he said something, we got to be on his side, right? So that's what happened.
Because
So
he expressed his feelings.
Right, there you go. Right. But a lot of black men did say you shouldn't have said it publicly.
You shouldn't have said that shit public. That was some bitch ass shit.
So,
You shouldn't have said
But
it out
that's
loud.
what we keep talking about. Like, look,
That was the only thing I ever said. I said he has
that's
the right
what we
to
keep
feel
talking about.
the way
like,
he wants to
stop
feel.
putting everything
But publicly,
out
no.
there.
No.
Be a united front in public. But if you got something to say to me, say it to me behind closed doors. Our conversation is not for everybody. Your feelings about what I do or how I looked out there is not for everybody. Because then you're opening yourself for comment.
I agree with
from
that.
everybody.
Yeah, he did.
And it's not everybody's place to comment.
I do agree
so
with
now
that.
we got a song called Boyfriend by Usher featuring Kiki.
Which I think was a publicity stunt.
Which,
Definitely
you know,
was a
it was
publicity.
straight.
They
you
they
know,
struck what I
But if
was
you
hot.
got the right PR person,
right.
you know, you're going to jump on it. Because I think the first line is like, you know, I heard your boyfriend looking for me.
Well,
Right.
listen, at the
Right
end,
here.
Somebody said it's your boy.
But you know what?
Looking for me.
you know what I enjoy though? At the
But
end,
it's cool.
But I do like the way he was dressed from the old video. You don't have to call.
Yeah.
right,
But then
right.
she's dressed like him.
Right.
Dancing like him. I'm like, yo, I
And she was dreaming the whole time, the whole
This,
thing.
but
Right.
this is
Because
the
she
reason.
wake up and said, because I'm a mother.
I said, wow.
This is the reason why the internet is not a real place, though, and that's
It
that's
is.
what, that's what we got to understand. We got to understand that the internet is not a real place, and at the end of the
You
day,
said it right, the internet.
the internet is not a real place. The problem with it is that because everybody is going to feel the way that they feel,
Right.
but them two are still together and
That's
fucking.
what I'm about to say.
You know what I'm saying? So like
That's
you,
what they
yeah.
say in relationships. Like, don't tell all your friends, all your business when you get mad at your spouse, because once you're over being mad and you're good with your spouse, your peoples is still going to be mad.
But when can a man have a moment? Because women have these moments all the fucking time.
Oh,
I
man,
mean,
can definitely have a
The nigga
moment.
had a moment. He had a fucking moment. Because
Agree.
if it was her, she would be able to. You
because
right.
he
You
was
better
at home
tell her
holding
something
the
else.
baby, and
Yeah.
she was outside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
But it to me, you know, I look at everything, right?
She said,
I'm like, it is okay. It's
Ow.
okay for you to smack her on her behind and show it to the world yourself. But God forbid she had the same kind of clothes on somewhere else. So that's why I'm like,
because I'm there.
it's a little weird.
No, because I'm there.
Yeah.
Because I'm there. Like
But-
at the end of the day, niggas
No,
are
but you
show up
can't
with their
say,
girl with a thong
Wait
on.
a minute. But remember what he said.
What?
Oh, I have morals and principles, and I want my family
was-
represented a certain way.
he was in his
You can't
bag.
say I got morals and principles if you're like, look what that baby did to my girlfriend
Nigga,
body.
he had a
Well, hey,
moment.
first of all-
He
first
had
of
a
all,
moment.
Listen.
You
He
got
had a
morals
moment.
and principles, but that's your girlfriend. That's not your wife.
See, here we go.
I mean, I wasn't gonna go there,
Yeah, but we gonna.
But-
But I did.
but I'm just saying.
I
At the
did.
end of the day, you know, he had a moment. That's cool. He had a moment.
He had a moment.
But here's the thing, right? I want to say this very clearly.
Mm-hmm.
I always say this unspoken competition between black men and black women is who hurt who more, right? And when a black woman do something,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
they're like, oh, we got one. And when a black man do something, oh, we got one.
I agree with that.
Competition never ends. And it's never going to end because we allow people who have literally nothing to do with our lives to cause division amongst us. Black men and black women arguing about Kiki and Darius is absolutely insane, okay?
I agree.
Because then they start projecting it onto them. No, because if that was me, and that's why this and this.
But it's
and
not true.
I hate that shit.
It just
It
be a
feels-
whole
Like-
lot of gaslighting. The same thing happened with the Will Smith and Jada and Chris Rock thing. Y'all say y'all want black men to protect y'all, but then when we do, y'all got a problem. I ain't say I want you to protect me by slapping somebody in public on stage. No.
No.
That's not your only way
At
to
the
protect
Oscars,
me.
Yeah, that's kind
That's
of crazy.
work.
I don't want nobody that's a hot head like
as
that.
far,
I want the
as I'm
person.
concerned, that's work.
Right.
That's work.
Right.
Okay? That's a workplace event.
Right.
Yes, it's the Oscars, and we enjoy watching when our favorite movies and actors and actresses win awards and everything. But for you, Will Smith, for you, Chris Rock, for you, Jada Pinkett, that's work.
Right.
That's business in that room.
I agree with that.
Those are people that you are networking with. These are directors, casting people, producers that
He had a
they
moment.
see you
Niggas been
have-
having moments. Like,
have this moment, and if you're gonna have this moment, if you're just gonna have this moment because somebody said something about your wife, then you need to get a thicker skin because this is Hollywood, and all we do in Hollywood is talk about motherfuckers.
that's true. That's true.
What I wanted my man to do if I had one was stand up, kiss me on the top of my bald head, and sit back down.
Oh
That's
man.
it, and that's all. I no, and I to this day, because that's my sign too, do not think she wanted him to go up there and slap him.
No.
'Cause you was laughing at first, and I think that face was for you laughing, not for you to. go
Oh,
up there
absolutely.
and
Right.
slap
Fuck is
him.
you laughing at, nigga?
But you got embarrassed
But that was
because
his
you laughed,
trauma.
and he got mad at you laughing, and then you gonna go up there and smack him.
But it was deeper than
Dude.
that though.
What did the
Well,
five
that's what
fingers
I
said in
said.
the face?
That's what I said. I was
Because I
like,
read his book, so I
what
knew
happened-
why he did it.
I was like, what happened was way deeper than that moment. I was like, that moment was for me just watching outside looking in was the culmination
Right.
of something. It was building. It was
Yeah,
building,
he
it
never
was building,
protected
it
a
was
black
building.
woman in
Right,
his
right.
life, and that was his moment to do so. It's like, I'm not going to go another day without protecting a black woman, and I'm right here.
Right.
So that's what you
he
saw it
thinking
on
about
his face. He
his
had that look like he
mom, I
thought about it for a second, and he walked up there like a little kid going up to a bully, like you know what I mean? Like you see
I'm
how he
not
walked
giving-
up to the
listen.
stage, he walked
Like,
up
even
like,
if he walked
and
up
he
to
walked
the
back
stage,
like,
I'm
I
not-
think if he'd
Yeah.
have went up there and just put his arm around him and just like fake noogied him and just maybe whisper something in his ear, would have been a better look than him actually.
well, you could have caught him backstage.
Or you could have just been playing with him on stage, and then, like you said, see him backstage.
I am no longer in defense of anything that happened.
I'm
with
not
that
in
shit.
defense of any
At
of
the
this.
end of the day, the nigga had a moment. These niggas is having
He
moments.
had a moment.
They having moments.
He had a moment,
But it was an
but
unnecessary
I'm going to
moment.
also say this, and I've said this from the gate because I'm a Chris Rock fan. He did the Good Hair documentary and all this stuff or whatever. He did not make that joke because of her alopecia.
We
He
know.
made that joke because Jada always doing something to her hair, and she shaved her hair off, and she really did look like G.I. Jane.
Like G.I. Jane.
And I'm
man.
like,
And-
I'm a Chris Rock fan, and I'm gonna say this to everybody. That's the nicest joke he ever told in his life. And it's like, how the nicest joke you ever told in your life got you slapped?
Well,
I don't
let's-
understand
And let's also note, he didn't write that joke.
that part.
Speaking of something
Amy
else.
Schuler wrote that joke.
Speaking of
So
something
she
that somebody.
really wasn't even thinking about her.
Let's move on.
alopecia.
Speaking of something else that somebody wanted to smack somebody with about this Halle Berry divorce settlement, and then we all for current events. Yeah. So they finally reached the settlement, and
After 8 years.
I know it's a long.
I ain't
fucking
never
time.
seen no divorce take that long. It's probably longer
With
than the
Oliver
marriage.
Martinez
Yeah, at $8,000 a month. on
is what
chicken-
she's getting from him, or he's
No,
getting
what?
from
No,
her?
she
Well,
gotta
she
pay.
gotta
This the
pay,
second.
yeah.
No, this the second white man Halle Berry got to pay money to. Halle, I think you
Pay
might-
it out, Halle.
You
Y'all
need to come
love me
back
some
over
Halle
to the
Berry.
other side because since these white men are taking you to
I
the
know,
bank-
because all Eric Benet did was fuck a couple other chicks.
No.
You could have just stayed with Eric Benet.
No.
Never go
No, we
Eric
wasn't
Benet.
going-
He was an admitted sex addict. That was never going to work.
Niggas, most people are admitted
No,
sex
he really
addicts.
was a sex addict.
Guess what? Guess
Like,
what?
he had issues.
People are sex addicts, man. Huh? Excuse me, what?
It's okay.
It's okay to be a sex addict?
It's okay for him to be a sex.
No.
Eric
You just
Benet.
said it was okay to be a sex addict. You got a problem
she
you want to talk?
Oh my God.
Love Eric.
You know, we're gonna talk about this offline.
Yeah, something you want to talk to us about?
No.
She said
Oh,
she
just-
love Eric Benet.
just
I
'cause
love
it's Eric.
Eric Benet.
So it's cool for Eric Benet, but if it was Bush up the block and whatnot with 2 teeth in his mouth, then that nigga's a creeper. Yeah, exactly. Niggas got sex addictions. Like, it is what it is. But look at her now.
I'm just saying
See,
it's one of-
$8,000 a month, and she got movie royalties. What is it?
Oh my
4.3% of all income from the film. So let's say she get 15 for a movie. She got 4.3% of that goes to him. And then what is it? Is
And
royalties.
the son is 9.
Royalties totaling
This has
up
been
$2
going on
million
his
on
whole
the back
life.
end.
Part of the ruling indicated that 2 will share joint legal custody, with
Uh-huh.
Barry agreeing to pay Martinez $8,000 a month in child support. She will also pay him 4.3% of any income she receives above $2 million
Ooh.
in additional support.
Woo.
Barry will
Give it up.
also shoulder the cost of her son's private school tuition, uniforms, and school supplies, as well as any extracurricular activities. She agreed to pay Martinez back for any of these costs from the 23-24 school year.
City Boys is the fuck up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, City Boys is the fuck up.
Holly, come back to the black men because these white men are literally taking you to the bank.
Well, she's just not having no luck, no way, because she halfway hearing impaired on one ear because of
Due to
Oh,
somebody
now it's
else.
because she hearing impaired. That's
Due
even
to
taught the fact that
somebody
she's
else.
fucking crazy. How about can we chalk it to the fact that Holly Berry got a little bit of a screw loose?
Well, she's dating a black man now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
My thing is that I think that the between Eric Benet and David Justice, that's where shit went left.
And Wesley.
She was dating Wesley?
Th-
I didn't know she was dating
That's
Wesley.
why she hearing impaired.
For real? I thought David Justice was the one smacking
No,
her.
no, David Justice.
Christopher Williams, but it was rumored that Christopher Williams was the one that did it. Christopher Williams was like, it was not me. It was Wesley.
Yeah.
Damn.
She dated
Threw that nigga right under the bus.
She dated Wesley before me.
Yeah.
Damn, Wesley?
No, David Justice just make
He was
her
just-
watch him have sex with other people.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, we can say
All right,
she
so
a
she
little
might-
crazy,
yeah, maybe
but we
she-
also can say maybe she just make bad decisions. As men.
Yes. How about we do that? Oh,
That's what it's giving right now.
that's giving accountability, and I love that. I love women's accountability.
She makes
It is
bad
the
decisions.
greatest thing ever. You know, ooh, that's what you do.
What?
For all the single women that's out there,
Oh,
if you want to
single.
find the right
Oh,
man,
single.
you get you a slew of shirts that say accountable across it. I'm telling you. I'm
I'ma do
telling
it.
you. Get you say accountable for my shit across, and I'm telling you, niggas will be like, and you know the stupid niggas don't know. They're like, "Oh, why she got accountable on that shirt?" But the ones that understand what all that shit is about,
God.
they'll be like, "Nigga, excuse me, how are you?
And
You are
look,
You're who now?"
You know what? We might have to cut that out because that might be my next clothing line. I'm accountable for shit. I apologize. Yep.
Yup. Let's do it. Let's do it.
No, I'm not writing it.
No, I apologize.
I want people to actually be able to read. I apologize, and not mumble it. So no, we're not writing Anita Baker.
It was. You made it seem like Anita can't write or read or nothing. Like she did the shit wrong.
Hey, listen.
Oh,
I just call it
shit.
how I see it. She
Y'all
mumbles. She
y'all
mumbles.
been killing Anita since that baby face beat. I already know what side
I've
women
been
is
saying
on.
this for years.
Oh shit.
I mumble.
Oh, you huh?
I would never do a Anita Baker
They got,
karaoke
look,
song.
right about now, they got mumble rappers. We had mumble singers.
Y'all had mumble singers, and Anita is the queen. Exactly. I began to it. That's how she sound. I love you, Anita. I'm sorry. I'm
Yo,
not.
that is-
I'm still not.
that
No, people. I remember that clip you brought up. Her singing at the Eagles game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably one of the few people that was not surprised at how she sound, right? If you think about how she sing, that's not a song for her voice.
Yeah.
They literally got her because she's Jalen Hurts. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Favorite singer.
But
But that doesn't mean she was meant to
everybody-
sing the Star
yeah.
Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
A
Listen,
You can't
mess.
sing.
that
It'd be
shit.
like,
And
the
rockets.
rocket. No.
Soon as
Your
y'all,
hands don't go that high.
soon as y'all start singing that shit, I smell Pine Sol and Fabuloso. I swear to God, it just remind me of cleaning every Saturday fucking morning. All right, Taya, let's get into these topics, right? I want you to read the questions to me. You ain't got them? No, I would like you to read the questions. Matter of fact, yeah, let's get you to read the questions.
You want me to read the question?
Yes, I want you to read the questions to me, and this is what I'm going to
Okay.
do. Because what
No, me.
what I want you to do is I want you to read them to me. I'm going to answer, and then you guys respond. All right? Can you read my chicken scratch?
I can.
All right, let's.
All righty.
Huh? What was you about to say?
I took a swig of my soda.
And it got all over your mouth. That's crazy.
No.
What?
And then I was about to say. But
You said you did what?
I was about to say.
That let you swallow? Is that what you about to say? Kelly.
I didn't say it out loud for a reason, Keith.
Only the Mr. Know-It-All podcast can bring you these type of events.
Only episode 159.
There you go. There you go. All right, read them up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
Give it to me.
Why is it hard for men to vent to women? The problem, in parentheses.
Yeah, well,
I'm getting like you.
Now, what was the question?
yo.
What was the question?
Said she wants you to
Why
read.
is it hard for men to vent to women?
It's hard for men to vent to women because women are the problem.
What do you mean women are the problem?
You don't tell the math problem the reason why you can't solve the math problem.
Oh my God!
Tell 1 + 1 why you can't make it equal 2.
You just don't. You don't look back at him like, you motherfucker, I don't understand what you... Nah, and that's pretty much the way that the conversation would go. The venting. So I sent it was a video. And if I could find the video, right? Oh, Lord, I want to find this video so bad. You know what? I think I got it because I sent it to myself. And I think that that's the best way to do things in life. Sometimes you got to send shit to yourself.
Well, why are you doing that?
So I sent this video, and I want to play this real quick. Here we go. Here we go. So I'm gonna play this, and hopefully I can open. Let me see. Let's open this up. Yeah. Now listen. Just listen to this video.
Things in life. This is the best relationship advice. Okay. Opening doors for your girl. There you go, babe. Telling her I love you, giving her kisses in the morning, stuff like that. Look, I only got 3 fucking seconds. Do not ever get married. It's a waste of your fucking time. All they do is steal your money, make you broke, and complain about every fucking thing. Isn't that right, babe? You just got to be an amazing husband and just do little things, right?
Right.
All right.
So this man was walking around the car when he did this. He opened the door for his wife, and he said that he just got to be an amazing husband. And he talking sweet to his lady. And when he opened the door and he closed the door, and he walked around the car to go to the other side. He said, "I got 3 seconds." He's like, "Don't ever get married. All they do is steal your shit and this, that, and the third."
Asshole.
No, because you have to understand, man. When we were talking before, and I said men are under fire. You know who get it the worst? The responsible ones. The responsible ones are the ones that get it the worst. So when I say this, you don't tell the math problem the reason why you can't solve the math problem. That's exactly what it is. Because when you vent, you're venting about everything else about the math problem. If I vent to the math problem, I'm telling the math problem this ain't the optimum conditions for me to be doing math, and it's hot. The world is on my shoulders and people are fucking with me, and this is that and the third. Really, it's you. You fucking with me. Your attitude is getting on my nerves right now just a little bit. And I wish we could have a conversation without it being an argument. Shit like that I'm saying this because I'm for once, I'm being very transparent and I'm speaking for men. under these pretenses. I'm not capping or caping at all. I am telling you exactly what it is or whatnot. It's not that we do not love you. It's not that we don't understand. It's the fact that Daya's leg is shaking like is her fucking foot about to fall off because she is about to cuss me the fuck out.
No, I'm not.
I'm
not.
saying these things
Just got thoughts.
because I'm saying these things because this is something that kind of needs to be relayed. Because what happens is that when you let the math problem know that the math problem is kicking your ass, the math problem is still there. And then now it's going to let you know, oh, yeah, by the way, nigga, you don't talk to this math problem like that. There's another level to this math problem that you didn't even look at. As a matter of fact, you ain't even that good at math, you punk motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you in math.
Your part that was in the parentheses.
Your arithmetic skills ain't been the shit at all. So maybe you need to go take another course before you try to solve
clean right
this.
Since my first wife.
You ain't never really been good at solving this fucking math problem. So why don't you get your mind right? Yeah, what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to that. Shout out to all those that are up there trying to solve math problems.
That's why my ass do division.
So
You two can respond.
I have a question.
No, you got a question or you got a response?
I have a question.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So when we ask this question, why is it hard for men to vent to women?
Yes.
When we're talking about venting, it's not always that you're venting about your relationship or the woman.
A
lot of men don't vent at all. It could be something going on at work, and they're like, well, I'm not supposed to come home and talk about what happened at work because I'm just supposed to go to work and do what I gotta do, or whatever.
Okay.
So it's not limited to that you want to vent to your woman about her or your relationship.
Okay.
It could be stuff with the kids.
Okay.
It could be something that happened a while ago to you that's bothering you. You know what I mean? Like it could be anything like that. And a lot of men just will not vent to women.
Okay,
at
so
all.
you're talking about like so situational venting. I'm just talking about venting in general because a lot of times venting doesn't really come with the parameters of there being absolutely one thing wrong at the time. A lot of times people just talk in order to get frustrations off their chest. That's what I'm thinking about when we're talking about venting. But if you're talking about something that it essentially has to do with outside forces, you know what I mean, that are not involved directly into the relationship.
That's going on in your life.
Right.
I mean, I do have a male friend that I know when I see his name, 9 times out of 10, he's calling me to, am I tripping? Kind of conversation.
Okay.
This is what's happened. You know, am I thinking about this wrong? Am I going about this wrong way? It's a ventilation.
Ooh,
Do you care?
It's a ventilation.
Do you care?
Sometimes I do because sometimes I'm not in the mood for it. You know, if he was my dude, that might be different. But it's just sometimes I need to vent.
And you're talking about venting in the relationship, not just to like when you guys got male friends that will vent to you. You're talking about being in a relationship and your significant other and you venting to them. Is that what you mentioning? Yeah. So.
Next question.
Well.
Yeah, Ty got something else to say on this.
Well, hold up.
Yeah, hold on for 1 second, nigga. I got something else.
So I think that's kind of a vague thing. And again, I'm not a man, so I'm not, any of that. But I think venting, there has to be an art to venting, right? Like you can't wait until you're so frustrated that there's no room for communication because now it feels like an attack. So sometimes you're going to somebody, oh, you doing this, you doing that, you doing this, you doing that, whatever. They're going to automatically be on defense mode. And then that makes people say, well, that's why I don't vent to you because da-da-da. But how did you, and this is on both sides, but we talking about men. How did you vent? You waited until it was so bad that there's absolutely no way you could say this the right way.
See, I'm not going to let you do that, though, because we just talked about Kiki Palmer's boyfriend, and we all come to the conclusion that it was bitch assness when he did what he did in the way that he did it. But here's the thing. Because it was on a public forum.
Publicly.
Right. And that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. Venting on a public forum is different.
At home to your spouse, girlfriend, significant other is 2 different things.
All right, wait. Cut this out for 1 second. Would y'all really, really want to be with somebody, with a man that would be bitching about every little thing?
But see, I'm not going to view it as bitching depending on how it's done. That goes back
Right.
to my point. If you're coming, oh, you don't do this, you don't do that. It's all in a manner of how it's done. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. I think that people, even if Kelly said, certain people come to her event, she don't be feeling like hearing it.
Right,
But
right,
if I
right.
say I don't feel like hearing it, see, this is why black men don't. I'm just might not be in the space for it right now. But I'm gonna come back to
I
you.
might be going through something.
Like, you know what I'm
at
saying?
this
I don't
very
gotta.
moment that you
I don't
know
gotta
of.
take on your event.
But
And-
we
and that's the
don't-
thing of mine. Like if somebody reach out to me and say, "Oh, I need to talk. I got this going on." I might not feel like hearing it, but sometimes I'll be like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Like,
that.
what
I don't want
I've-
to be that black woman that's.
What
You know what I
I've
mean? Don't want to
learned-
listen to black men, but
Right.
sometimes
What
I
I've
really
learned
just don't
to
want to hear it.
Right. What I've learned to ask, especially with some of the things I've been through and my friends, is when I do call to vent to my friends, guys or girls,
Right.
I'm asking them, do you have a minute and do you have time for me to vent?
Right. Right.
Are you in a space that you
Right,
can
right.
hear me vent? Or is something going on with you right now? You know,
No, I
where
understand
I don't
that.
get that.
But in relationships, I don't
For
think.
me, it's always something.
But in relationships, like taking it back to that point, I don't think that we don't get that grace. When women want to vent, if it's to the point where it's like you could vent about the same thing 15 times. You hate Keisha at your job, you know what I'm saying? And we will continuously listen to you hating Keisha at your job. We
don't necessarily want you to solve the problem.
That's the point. We are solvers because we want it to be better. But here's the thing.
That's me.
Once we learn that you're just venting, we are not granted the grace to say, hey, listen, man, like I ain't like I'm not in the headspace to listen to this shit right now. That's kind of the difference and whatnot. So when we start talking about what the venting portion of that is, it becomes a thing into which that there's a double standard to it. You get grace to vent about things because you're the more expressive one. The reason why men's vents come in bundles is because of the simple fact that now it's at a breaking point. Like I can deal with you if you leave your fucking towel in the middle of the floor twice. Third time I'm like, yo, pick the towel up. And what happens is that if that's what you continuously vent about, but every day you do it, stop leaving your towel here. Stop leaving your towel here. Stop leaving your towel here. And you continuously do it. Men after a while just like, man, just pick the fucking towel up. I'm picking the towel up. Because I don't, you know what I mean? I feel like doing it. But if it's something that you continuously do, and I continuously talk about it, now it becomes a different type of argument. Because now it's just like, nigga, you bitching. It's just a towel. You see the towel, pick it the fuck up. How many things have you dropped that I don't pick up? That I have to pick up. That's the point. That's where the grace goes off of the rails. So it's like my situation is always going to be different as a man in a relationship than it is with your woman. Because her thought process is always going to be different. She always going to be like, oh, man, this nigga, you got one more time to complain about this fucking towel. If the towel is there, the towel is there. And after a while, men, we acquiesce because that's what we do the best. We conform. Man, you know what, man? And I'm picking my fucking battles. What men say? I ain't never heard a woman say pick your battles. I heard men say that shit all the time.
Never heard me say it?
Oh, I say all the time. Picking your battles is a battle
in a
within itself.
relationship. I've never heard a married woman say to me, pick your fucking
I'm not
battles.
married.
I've never heard a woman in a long-term relationship say,
Probably
pick
why we
your
not
fucking battles. You know why? You know why the woman don't say pick your battles when she in a relationship or whatnot? Because the battle is always a foregone conclusion and whatnot. And she's always the one wielding the axe. So she ready to battle whenever. I ain't got to pick a fucking thing, nigga. When it's time to swing this motherfucker, that's my battle. You came in at 2. You said you would be home at 12:30. That's my battle. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
you
that's a valid battle if you.
but
say
here's
it's
the
gonna be
thing.
later.
Here's the thing. Mine is different. You said you be in at 2. You said you'd be in at 12:30. You came in at 3. 2, 3. Sometimes you don't pick that battle. Men
But
gotta
that's
learn.
on you.
But that's on you, right? But here's the thing.
No, it is.
That's true. But here's
That's
the
the
thing.
battle. That's the battle.
Because if you feel
But
some type
the-
of way about it, you should say it. This,
But
this
so
is
let's say, let's say you do. Let's say you
at
do it.
1 o'clock when you text her and she don't answer, or
Right. But let's say you do that. And then you leave it be. See, this is the whole thing. Sometimes we look for reciprocity in situations that have to do with similar situations. So if I say I'm going to be in at 12:30 and I come in at 2, now the axe is swung. It's like, but I ain't say shit to you. So now it's up to me to now battle for the both of us. It's like, well, you should have battled when you had a chance to. No. How about you just do what the fuck you say you're going to do?
Nobody, texting or contacting saying I'm going to be late.
But see,
And
that's
maybe that's just my thought.
But see, that's
process,
but here's the
I'm not
thing.
being
So
racist.
and I'm using a particular instance and whatnot because this is, this can be a thing. If you're saying that, that's what you do, you know what I'm saying, and being out is like being out. You know what I mean? You can say you're leaving at 12:30, I'll be there at 12:31 and whatnot, and then you get caught up talking to somebody, you're chilling, you have another drink, or you over your people crib and y'all end up cracking jokes or whatnot, and the time get away from you. Cool. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing is that if you bring it to the forefront and say, hey, listen, this is what happened and this is what I did, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? My bad, we was talking and time got away from me. That's cool. As long as it's accepted in that way. And that's what I mean by pick your battles. If you accept it in a way like, all right, shit happens. You said you're going to be, I'm going to be asleep anyway. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm out here. You outside, I'm asleep, whatever. You know what I mean? Vice versa. Here's the problem. The problem is that everybody has a tipping scale. Everybody has that level in which that they may not be in that fucking mood. Most of the time it ain't the man. Man ain't always in the mood. He ain't always to the point like, I'm pissed off now. You did this shit 4 times, and now I'm going to lay you the fuck out. Why you build all that up? Because I told you the first fucking time. Why wouldn't you come in at this time? The women is, you said you was going to be here at 12:30. It's 2:30, 3 o'clock. What the fuck? It's one of them things where it's like you pick it because a lot of times men don't want the fucking argument that goes along with it because they understand there will be a return engagement. I will say something, and then time might get away from me. So therefore, you gotta, it's tit for tat, tit for tat, tit for tat. And it sucks, but it happens. So that's the reason why I say, listen, you don't vent to the fucking math problem. You just don't. You don't vent to the math problem. You try to, you let it know, like, listen, I know that you have a math problem and this shit is going on and whatnot. If we can talk about it, we can talk about it and whatnot. As long as it's not building a divide where I'm totally pounding my head to death or whatnot and I'm pissed off, cool. But men always have to pick their battles. Always.
Picking your battles is a battle within itself. That is
Yeah.
an original quote from Tyre Moore.
I like that.
It really is because
I like that.
I'm gonna tell you why I always say that. Because,
What's that?
like you said, you think about like, is this worth saying something? If I say something, this gonna happen, and I don't really want to deal with it. So
Yep.
it's a battle in itself to decide which battles to pick.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You got another one? You got a next question? You got something else to say, or what's the next question?
Ow, sugar.
Why doesn't society hold black men's mental health as a priority?
Because black men are not a priority.
Because black men
Ooh.
are the villain.
I don't want to say black men are the villain,
No, I
but
don't
black
agree
men
with
are
that.
the target.
Here's the thing. The reason why I say that black men are the villain is because of the one thing that I'm gonna say is perception is everything. Unfortunately, we live in a world where perception is perception. You know what I'm saying? When people see groups of black men, you know what I mean, in specific areas and doing certain things or whatnot, or even what you see at the broader aspect of it, we are always villainized. And a lot, what the fucked up thing about it is that a lot of times, rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? But there are times where it's not, it shouldn't be that way. But when you are considered the villain, because think about everybody that has a thing against black men, gay people, transgender people, black women, white men. You know what I'm saying? It's always something. And it's not against a good black man, but like you said before, people from a distance can't tell who's who. So at the end of the day, they're always going to look at you with some sort of trepidation to say, you know what, you a nigga. And you know what I'm saying? I got to, I got to be careful around you and whatnot. So why would you ever consider the way that motherfucker feeling? You know what I'm saying? Like real rap. Like that's really what it is. Like I'm not considering your feelings because your feelings aren't considerable. Period. I'm just worried about you not fucking robbing me, shooting me, killing me, stealing from me, doing something that you guys are noted for. And it sucks. But that's the way that's the way to go. So if I can't be surprised if you're not concerned about my mental health. Because essentially what you're going to do is you're just going to tie it back into something that plagues a lot of other black males anyway. I'm a bad apple. I'm a bad seed. You know what I mean? And the toughest thing in the world is for you to try to get to the root of that. No, nigga, I just don't want to get shot. I mean, I don't care if you got mental health issues. I don't care if you got, stuff going on with your family. I don't care if you at your breaking point. I don't care if you got fired today. I don't care if your girl was cheating on you. I don't care if your kid got locked up. I don't care if your kid died. I don't give a shit. I know for a fact that you are a danger. All the way across the board. And it's to the point where it's like the most people that are on the biggest guards against black men, other black men.
Yeah, I was about to say
You know
that.
what I'm saying? Like, which is fucking crazy. And
I was
that's,
about to say that.
So, so I can see them not giving a shit about our mental health. Nobody.
Well, I think part of the reason why society doesn't hold black men's mental health as a priority because a lot of black men don't hold their own mental health as a priority or other black men. Like, you think about, I give you a prime example.
Preach.
Andrew Wiggins, right?
Don't push
They
that button no
said
more today.
All right, sorry.
Andrew Wiggins took time away from, playing basketball because they said he was going through something.
Mm-hmm.
People started this rumor that he found out his kids wasn't his and his wife messed around with his best friend or
Was
whatever.
that true?
I don't know if it was true. He said his dad was sick. I don't know,
Okay.
So we going to go with that, right?
All right, let's go with that one.
But my thing is this. Most female, do you know who Andrew Wiggins is? Exactly. Most females do not know who Andrew Wiggins is, right? So who was spreading this rumor and who was clowning him about it, not knowing why he's not coming back, how he's doing mentally. And now you don't know if he's seeing the stuff that you're saying or whatever. You don't care, right? So my thing is, that wasn't black women clowning Andrew Wiggins knowing he was going through something. That was black men. Most black women don't know who Andrew Wiggins is. They weren't even talking about that story for that reason. So that's what I say. A lot of times it's not as a priority because you're not making it a priority. Like I had this conversation with somebody about Father's Day, right? And they said, why isn't Father's Day on the same level as Mother's Day? Because women make a big deal about Mother's Day themselves. They made it that way. Fathers will be like, well, nobody care about us anyway, so we ain't going to do this and that. No, you have to say, look, I care about Father's Day like you care about Mother's Day. But men will feel like, oh, if I say that, then they're going to look at me this way. Who cares how they look at you? I always say men will say whatever they want to about anything, right?
I
But
think
then
men
say,
downplay themselves
right,
to a point that they put themselves on a lower level.
exactly.
Right.
So then everyone else puts them on a lower level.
Right. It's like if you ain't making a big deal about it, I'm not going to make a big deal either. I mean, that's just life in general. When you don't make a big deal about people celebrating you or doing this or whatever, like my birthday. A lot of people don't care about their birthday, but they know I care about my birthday, right? So when my birthday come, it's like, what you doing? Where you going? Oh, I'm going to make it to this, but I'm going to make it to that because they know it's important to me. So other people who don't make a big deal about their birthday, other people don't either.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. If y'all not making a big deal about your mental health, like I had a self-care journal. Self-care is Bay. Bay is a man or a woman. Got a man and woman hands. All of this, right? I made it a point to say it was for men and women. It was literally what it was about.
Right.
Men is like, I bought it for my wife. I bought it for my daughter. I'm like, no, it's for you too.
Yeah.
No, self-care is for anyone.
Right.
Everyone needs to take a moment and breathe.
Yeah.
And think and contemplate your life and the decisions that are happening and the shit that's happening around you and how can you make it better or how are you making it worse. But sometimes you need to sit. You're doing so much for everyone else and you're pouring
Right.
into everyone else. But you're not taking the moment to allow someone to pour into you or even to pour into yourself.
Right.
I mean, just if you just go, as for women, if you just go and get a manicure and pedicure, that's a moment to sit still.
Right. Right.
I went to the beach last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I go to the beach? Because I wanted to sit still, enjoy the breeze. Me and the boys went on the boardwalk. Me and my girlfriend just sat on the beach. We went out to the water. We came back. We had the music playing. We ate our sandwiches. And next thing you know, both of us was asleep.
Yeah, that always
Why?
happens.
Because it just needed to stop.
Right.
There's also a difference between what you're saying, because I agree exactly what you're saying. There's also a difference between the men that are obligated in certain situations, relationships, fathers, husbands, you know what I mean, these type of people, and those that are single. The ones that are single with fewer responsibilities make it a point to find that time in order to take that breath. The ones that have obligations and whatnot to certain things, there's always something in play. So when you start to speak about like a married man with children, you know what I'm saying, and he got something, there is never a time where there's not anything else going, because there are certain lives that you are directly responsible for, involved with. So what happens is that even your moment of levity, you'll
Still got things playing in the
not
background.
only that, you're questioned about it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just get that off. You can't just say I need this for me. And this is one of the things.
But here's the thing. That's an excuse.
No, it's not an excuse. Listen to what I'm saying.
That's an excuse.
It's
because you can.
But
you have to.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Wait. Question, right?
Yeah,
so that goes back to what I said, right?
Right.
Why is it that a man will enforce any other thing in his life, any other thing in his household,
his mental health,
not your mental health? It goes back to what I'm saying about not making it a priority yourself.
You know why? Can I tell you why? Because the way that you feel as a man don't make shit move forward.
It does.
To you,
right?
You know what? You are
look,
absolutely
you can't
right.
do it if your mental health. That was the whole point why I even made this thing.
Yeah.
If your mental health is not right, you can't do anything, and eventually you're going to break down.
Even
if your husband come home every day and he's miserable and he's upset, that's going to translate into your relationship.
You know what's crazy though?
Translate into your parents.
You know what's crazy?
You are the umbrella over the house.
You know what's crazy though?
You are now allowing holes to come into your umbrella.
Right. No, I agree with you.
It's fucking up the whole house.
I agree with you. Here's the thing: the most sophisticated and mature of counterparts in those situations still won't have a full grasp of what that is. You know the reason why is that? Know the reason why? Because the problem is that what you are and who you are, you bring all of that every single day. When somebody knows you, they know you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So therefore, when you're with somebody and when you're with your kids and all that, they know you. So therefore, the moment that you look at it and say, you know what, I just ain't got none of this shit to do right now, because this is where I'm at in my head. And you can the funny thing about it is that the reasoning and like when a man says, like, I gotta be right with myself, it can be looked at as selfish. Especially by your children or by your spouse or by your girlfriend or by anybody else that's in your life or whatnot that counts on you to be this person. And you're not even saying like there are certain people, listen, full disclosure for me, let me tell you. I am a creative.
No, really?
Yeah, nah, really. I am one of these people that I am happiest in the space into which that I'm able to create. And I've always been that way. Here's the problem. Everybody is not that way. So what happens is that it becomes a very, very selfish factor, because you can't thrive and you can't move as completely and as strongly and as powerfully as you need to as a man when you have this thing that puts you in this space. I've been in my 20s and 30s, I lost so many fucking jobs because of the fact that it wasn't I wasn't willing to do the work. It was because of the fact that I'm always doing something that my heart's not in. And when you don't do things that your heart's in, nobody gives a fuck about your intentions. They give a fuck about your result. The result is you got a responsibility to the people around you and the people that you love. Nigga, I don't give a fuck how you feel about it all times. I know it's stressful. I can be there for you. But I need you to be able to take care of this responsibility. And I think that becomes a thing. There are a lot of men that live out here on this edge, and they're really like going through it because they're at a place, and they've always been at a place where they never doing what they love. They just doing what everybody else loves for them to do because it benefits them. So when a man says that the conditional love comes in that factor, there's only but one way that a nigga can feel about that. Because when this is yanked away from me, you know what I'm saying? The respect level, the compassion, the giving a fuck ability about that man himself goes down. And sooner or later it goes away. You ever see a nigga, when you see homeless people, most of the time you might see a homeless couple or two, most of the time you see a homeless man by himself. The reason why is that he's with a dog. You know the reason why? He didn't just pull a plug one day. That shit gradually declined. And the people in his life say, yo, man, whatever the fuck you going through, this don't move the needle. This don't move the needle. This don't make shit pop. I need shit to pop. And if you want shit to pop, you work hard in this region and you do this shit over here until you can get it to pop. Come on, man. This is the life we lead. There are men out here that like, yo, man, I swear to you, I hope this shit reaches everybody it can because I feel your pain. And I understand the struggle. You know what I'm saying? And all it does is it builds resentful men and it builds these same type of niggas that get on the internet and talk the shit they talk. And then what happens is that the successful ones is now in a whole different space. Because you ain't have it for me when I wasn't. You couldn't help me when I was here. You couldn't pull me from this end to that end when I needed it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, niggas are very, very much under duress when it comes to a lot of this shit. Because of the simple fact that, yeah, my mental health is fucked up because ain't nobody checking on me. Ain't nobody checking up that song or whatnot. See, here's what they said. Women are very, 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 very sharing. They'll let you know when a song on the radio, shit might not even apply to the woman. She's singing about the song and singing it right at her nigga. It ain't got nothing to do with you, but you know what I mean? I know I can, you know what I'm saying, feel the vibe that the woman that was singing this song is giving out or whatnot. You know what I mean? You don't niggas walking around.
Just like the song.
Maybe just like the song.
Nothing to
it
it
might not
mean.
You might be right. It might not mean nothing. But here's the thing: there's somebody, or they know somebody, or they've been in that place where they can relate.
Okay.
So you don't never hear a nigga walking around singing, "Did you check on me?" You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Did you look for me? Did you understand? Niggas, when niggas are done, I'm gonna tell you what's so even crazier. The niggas that take their own lives, that self-transition, they don't leave notes. They rarely tell exactly what they're doing. They don't put a post on Facebook because it is here now. I am done. I am fucking bottomed out. Because of the simple fact that it could have been something as little as somebody saying to you like, yo. Because men are, you know what I mean? And men look at things tangibly too. We feel like shit when we don't get the shit that we want. That's why when people say like the tangible things in life, when they talk about like, you know what I mean, money and things like that. When a man not making a certain amount of money, he don't even feel like he would if he did. You know what I mean? And that's all based upon what the world has placed on you. Men's mental health is a clear reflection of what the world is giving them back. You know what I'm saying? Like real rap. The niggas that, you know what I mean? Put it like this. If you making $15 an hour and you know what I mean, you young boy, you got your girl, and y'all got a little apartment, and y'all done bought a little car or whatnot, and y'all on the up comes together. That's the best time of your life. You know the reason why? Is it because y'all on the same level with that shit? And she can identify with what you feel, and you can talk to her about it, and y'all move when y'all move. That's the reason why I always say, like when I was saying before the mics came on, and I was talking about a man being up here, and you know what I mean, and being able to take care of the shit down here. But if it was the woman up here, it wouldn't be the same thing. This nigga is not. He's not looked at. I'm pulling him up. He's looked at. I'm looking down upon him. It's real shit. That's my thought.
Next question, please.
Yeah, next question. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to depress y'all. You know what I mean? I'm just, you know what I mean?
You did not depress us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry if I hit a nerve, but I'm just saying.
You did not hit a nerve
nerve.
either. I don't think you were wrong at all.
All right.
I appreciate the explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I tell my son, your feelings are valid.
Your feelings are absolutely valid. I don't know how many times I can say that to people.
But we don't. But here's the thing: women. A lot.
All right, I'm about to make you mad for a second.
But a lot of times, oh yeah, and I want to hear that too. A lot of times, women don't see that until they see it in their own sons.
Yeah.
I always say
they don't see what I'm saying until they see it in their sons.
I always
You know what I'm
say
saying?
that you have a very high emotional intelligence, right?
Right.
These black men do not, right?
Right.
And a lot of them,
Everybody not where you at.
I feel like to have something to complain about when it comes to women, and it's their own issues with women. Because let me tell you, and if anybody watching this that follow me, I hope you do, but you're going to be mad when I say this. Y'all was posting that stupid post all week long.
Which one?
Black men don't vent to black women. They don't care. Stop projecting your own nonsense on people. You know what I'm saying? Because I can show you a lot of black men who would not agree with that. They absolutely vent to black women, whether it's their woman, their best friend, you know, somebody, whatever, right? Now, let's make this clear. Here's the thing, right? Because they'll be like, oh, women say men is emotional, this and that. No. I don't like men who are too, that word is in there for a reason,
Right.
too emotional.
Right.
Meaning you fly off the handle over the smallest thing.
Right.
You can't handle your emotions. You always whining about something, whatever the case may be, right? But the men who are already viewed as strong, as leaders or whatever, can say anything. And I'm still going to look at them that way, right?
Right.
So that's where the accountability also comes on the women, right? You have to build that person up and let it be known, like, I see you as this, I see you as that. But if you have a weak moment, I'm here for that too, because I know you're going to go right back to, you know, who you are, right?
Right.
So if you are with a woman who's like, don't be venting to me, I don't want to hear about you complaining, right, then of course, no, she didn't do her role as a black woman of creating that safe space that it's okay for you to be vulnerable, and I'm not going to judge you for it.
Right.
So it works both ways. But when people start putting this stuff out there like, oh, don't vent to black women, they don't care. It's like, yo, who hurt you? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's
It's
the broken black men.
That's why I said, who hurt you?
Yeah,
who hurt you?
Yeah.
Like,
and the
why are you pushing that on to everybody else?
It's not that women don't care. It's the women that they want don't care. That's the problem.
But it be married people or people in relationships. And I'm like, you posting this, so you're telling me you're in a relationship with somebody that don't care when you vent to them? Or you're in a
tough,
situation where you feel like you can't vent. But as I always tell people, and it was the reason why I created the journal, I said, y'all don't realize that pent up frustration is going to come out some way, and it does not come out in a positive way. It comes out in a harmful way. It could be cheating. It could be, you know, addiction. It could be they just don't want to come home. It could be they not parenting their kids correctly. Like if a men are the leaders of society. And if the men are not right, society is not right. And this is why society is not right. This is why you're seeing so much chaos, because the leaders can't lead because they not mentally capable of leading. And not saying it's all on their shoulders, but we do know that men are the leaders of society. It has always been that way. I'm not with that Barbie patriarchy this and that.
I didn't see that movie, but I got to see it.
It should be a woman's world and all that stuff. No.
Right.
Men are the leaders, and we are, you know, we assist them in leading. And that's how it's supposed to be. And I feel like that's why so much stuff is just out of pocket, right? So if we could start with men at least feeling
here.
comfortable enough to vent, to say, hey, I'm struggling. How can you help me? You know, whatever the case may be. We might start having more productive leaders as men. But until that can happen, it's going to be an issue. So when people start, like, I feel like it sets us back when y'all start saying stuff like, don't vent to black women. No, don't vent to that black woman that's not going to allow you to vent. But don't not vent at all. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us do care.
No, go to a fucking therapist if necessary.
So let me say one thing.
Somewhere.
Let me say one thing that we can move on to the next question, right? The one thing that I'm going to say is that because a man innately is a fixer. You know what I'm saying? So even when you say like we just want to vent, you know what I mean, we don't want you to fix it. We just want you to hear what we're talking about. So naturally,
sometimes I just need to say it out loud.
Right.
I may even come up with my own solution.
So, but
I need a sounding board.
Here's the thing: a man's thought process does not flip on its ear and turn into something different when he starts to vent himself. It's not just venting with men. You know what I'm saying? Like to where is that a man want to fix and he wants to do something about it, and a lot of times he can crack that code and maybe do something about it. Babe, I know you're stressed out and whatnot. We gonna find something to do. We gonna, you know what I mean, go on a trip. Babe, I know you worried about this, that, and the third. Like, listen, you know what I mean? I'll take on some extra hours. I'll flip up here. You know what I mean? So you can go to school to get that degree. All right, we'll start putting money to the side and whatnot so you can, you know what I mean, do something, get our credit together so we can get your business going. Here's the thing. Men want that same type of tenacity. We want that in women. We want a woman to say, we want to vent, but we want you to do something about it. We want you to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? It's not just that. You know what I mean? It's not just us talking to talk and whatnot. We want somebody, you know, the men, and I'm not talking about niggas that live off women or nothing like that or whatnot. Niggas, I've seen niggas cry when those fucking videos or whatnot where the woman is on a type time like, look, babe, look what I got you. And she handed some keys. He's like, what the fuck is this? She's like, oh, you've been saying you wanted to you know what I'm saying, open this space. You saying you wanted to do this for barbershop or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I went and got a lease. I got you a barbershop. Nigga, what? What? I've been venting about this shit. I've been cutting hair in the basement forever. I've been doing shit out of a man garage for the longest. You know what I'm saying? And you had the ability to. And you did something about it. Because every man I know, every married man, even if they couldn't stand her ass half the time or whatnot, would still, in his power, try to do something about it. Beyond the venting. Because we fixers innately by nature. You know what I'm saying? If I had $100,000 or whatnot and you needed to do something for 80, I would give you 80. That's exactly, men are like that. They move that way. The good men do that. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is that, yeah, the listening is one factor about it, but we are also a creature of habit. You know what I'm saying? We want to fix the shit. And the moment that we understand and look at you and say, like, you willing to listen, but would you do what it took to fix the shit? Would you do, if you could, would you do what it could to fix the shit? Kelly?
Yes.
Hell no. Kelly like, man, fuck your fixing, nigga.
I
need
would.
this. I need this for me.
I
But see,
had-
that's,
No, it's not that I wouldn't.
and I'm not
But
just
like
talking
you
about
said,
money,
like,
but I'm
let's go
saying
with
these
the barber.
things.
Let's go with the barber analogy. Then,
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he's cutting. He's talking about it. He's talking about it. He's talking about it. He's in the basement doing it. What I might do is start looking around his spaces and start providing him access to these spaces to see what he wants. If I had the money to like help, but I also need to see that he's going for that. You understand what I'm saying?
He cut
he's
bar
cutting hair,
out of the basement.
He's cutting here in the basement, but is he saving up that money that he's cutting in the basement and looking for space?
Well, that's his. See, that's what I'm saying. That's
Like,
his
babe,
stream.
I know you're doing that.
That's his streaming
His
income. He
streaming
can't
income
save
is his
no money.
clientele. But if you got a 750 credit score, and you got the ability, and you see that this is what he's doing,
Right, but
Would you check on
I'm not going to get the space and he doesn't like it. So I can
He gonna
start,
like anything.
He gonna like
besides that
anything, give it-
basic
if you-
right, but it goes all into like I come from
The particulars,
barber family.
The particulars is
So,
not a thing. The particulars is
the
not a thing.
particulars is very much a
No,
thing.
the particulars are not a thing when I'm talking about.
He's
What I'm
gonna
talking
be
about.
happy that you got them.
I'm
keys.
talking
You can
about
always
the option.
renovate it.
I'm just talking about the option. If
But
you
that's
came
why I'm
in-
saying I'm not going to go and select a spot.
Or bring him a
going
realtor.
to-
Bring him a realtor and say we're finding you a
Exactly.
spot.
That's where I'm at with it. I would rather find a realtor and have options and say,
But that's when you gotta know your partner also.
Right.
right,
'Cause if it's me, like let's say tomorrow I'm in a relationship, somebody's like, "Oh, I bought you a studio or a writing space or something." I wouldn't care what it looked like. It'd be just the fact that you bought me a writing space. I'm like, all right, I can paint this.
I
purple.
found you a
I
spot.
can add this
I
in
found
here.
you a spot.
I'm gonna make it work, but for that reason. But if you have somebody that is very particular and at times unappreciative or whatever, then it might be different. But I'm not that kind of person. I'm gonna just be like, yo, he bought me a space. I'm in here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like that's how you know.
But the
but see, then that's also a singular space.
Right.
That's you're not bringing people into that space.
Well, I was just using that as an
the
example.
barbershop, and this is like I said, coming from a family, the barbershop. It's the location, it's the area, it's the clientele. It's
Well, I think he just used barbershop. As,
I mean, but that, I'm just
Right, yeah.
going
Right.
along on that analogy of
yeah, the overall
how I
thing
would-
is somebody
right.
vented some. Your man vented something to you. You heard him. You did something about it.
that's it.
That's
it. I was using examples, but I'm just
Yeah.
talking about these small little things or whatnot. Because like I said before, and it makes you understand when they talk about
telling you for my birthday, somebody gave me a massage gun, and it wasn't a major massage gun, it wasn't a big one. It was like a little to-go massage gun.
Right.
But it's the fact that I had been saying, "A bitch is in pain," and
Because-
even before I got the gift, earlier that day, I was talking to the person and was saying I went to the doctor, got my knee X-rayed, this, that, and the third.
It's just- but it's
he's
just-
sitting there thinking like,
it's
I
just
did it right.
But right, because it's the thinking, it's the consideration and whatnot. And I'm gonna
Yeah, I
tell
gotta
you,
work on that
and
next
I'm gonna
year.
tell you, man. I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. Every relationship that has been that I know, married or not, every man has gone through this level, of consideration to where is that men don't even stay married that ain't considerate in some way, shape, or form. You may not be all the way in tuned, but you don't stay married
Maybe that's why
without
situations I had,
without figuring out a way to stay in tune.
because I don't
Men-
want to be.
You already know
Right.
how I feel about me
Yo.
and consideration.
All right, let's go on to the
Yeah,
next
you go to the
question.
next
Listen,
question.
let's
I'm
go to the
sorry,
next
I got hung up.
You
on
already
that.
know how I feel about me in consideration. So
Yeah.
we not even gonna go through that again. But
I
just
think that's
know
why I end up in
everybody who knows
that
me
particular
know,
situation,
yeah.
because
Right.
But
there's a level of
listen.
consideration I don't have to have.
So let me tell y'all this, right? Just
Right.
real quick. It's kind of on the lines of this, right?
Okay.
So I had a conversation with somebody that's been my friend for a long time, and
Right.
they're married, right?
Right.
So I always be telling them like what be going on, the dating situation. I be venting to them about what be going on in the dating situations, whatever, right?
Right.
And he was like, "I'm gonna tell you, maybe you gotta be one way when you meet them, and then change it to you later, and then they'll be like, yo, she changed." He's like, "Cause a lot of men do like have something to complain about. Like if they got nothing to complain about with you, they can't even relate to their friends when they complain about their woman and they have nothing to say about you." And I was like, what? But I'm starting to feel like some truth to this. Problem with that is I'm already home. I'm me. Like I can't be no other way. Like I've tried. It's just like if I like somebody, it's just in my nature to be considered like, oh, if you get this, I get that. If you get this, I get. You know what I mean? But I've come to find out a lot of men do not want that. Though.
The person you talk to about that, were they older or younger?
They're probably like a couple years older than me.
A couple years older. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it all depends on the type of person, you know what I'm saying, that you are or whatnot. My thing is just always, it's like, most men love language is acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's because, like I said before, it's the tangible thing is we're not as good at expressing ourselves, and sometimes you
Right.
know, we'll come off with the bitch ass shit. So You know what I mean? It's the acts of service or whatnot. It's the ability to be able to do something about it. And like I said, when a man is in a funk or whatnot, because he feels like he got to do that for you and he got to do that for himself.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like if you can just alleviate something off a nigga plate, it'd be like, wow,
Right.
this is the most thorough shit ever. Let me tell you something. There ain't a gift that I fucking got that I don't use. Period. Anybody can take that any way you want to take it. Ain't a gift that I have not gotten that I do not use. What's the next question?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. How can black women support black men better?
I think we covered it.
I
What's the
think
next question?
I think we kind of covered that. Well,
Jeez,
kind
what's
of
the
what I
next
talking about,
question?
because I did a lot of rambling. I don't want to go into another soliloquy about it, but
All
you know what I
right.
mean?
So that was a 2-for-1. No problem.
Yep.
Okay. What does a fear of vulnerability stem from in our community?
I think we covered it too.
I think we did. I think we covered that. You know what I'm saying? But I think it does stem back from everything that everybody was taught. The majority of us are from broken homes or whatnot. So, you know what I mean? The vulnerability comes from a sense of inadequacy. Like you want to be everything, yet feeling like you're nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We always strive and, you know what I mean, to get ahead and everybody, this a rat race and crabs in a barrel and every cliche that you can think of saying and whatnot. But yeah, the vulnerability comes along with that and whatnot. It's the reason why niggas, you know what I mean, dress up. It's the reason why niggas smell good. It's the reason why, because somebody wants to feel, people want to feel adequate in their space. You know what I mean? And when you don't feel adequate in your space, you feel vulnerable as hell. You ever walk outside and whatnot and you going to go pick up something from the store and somebody like, yo, come past, holler at me real quick. And you right near there, like, I'm going to come past, holler at you real quick. And you walk in and everybody else is dressed up and you like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't want to feel inadequate in a space. I mean, it's not that you give a fuck what people are thinking, but you feeling underdressed. You feeling, you know what I'm saying? You like, oh man, yeah, I'm going to slide out real quick. I came in this motherfucking pajama pants, nigga. I thought it was just you. You know what I'm saying? Is other people out here, oh shit, there's women in the room. Oh, yo, you ain't tell me all this shit was going on, man. I was just come past, holler at you real quick. So shit like that is, it you know what I mean? It affects the stance of vulnerability because you just don't want to be vulnerable. Nobody wants to feel assed out. Everybody wants to kind of feel in a space in which they feel confident. You know what I mean? You're in a place or whatnot, you're at an all-white party, you drop some liquor on your fucking dress. Now you're like, oh, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be the one that's walking around and everybody else clean, dressed to the nines. You just got to the fucking party and you got a stain on your shirt. You know what I mean? Like, I'm using this like I'm kind of trying to double and triple entendre in this because it can lead back to a whole bunch of different forms of things. But that's kind of what I'm saying when I'm talking about, you know, the vulnerability aspect.
Well, personally, this is always my thing. It's a little deep, but it started on the plantation. Because you think about, you know, black men having to watch their kids being taken and women being raped, and there's really nothing that they can do about it, right?
Right.
So that's part of it. The other part of it is that you know, slaves got whipped and beaten and then was just expected to get back out there and pick cotton. Now those bruises are internal. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
You're expected to move on.
I'm expected to move on.
Right.
And think about this, right? No shade to anybody's parents, my own included. Who really taught you coping mechanisms growing up? You had to learn that on your own, and some people still have not. This is why we got so many ways that people choose to cope unproductive ways.
Ooh,
you know, drugs, drinking all the time.
Right.
Partying, you know, whatever the case may be that they're using to cope. Because were we ever taught to cope correctly? No.
Yeah, that's deep.
They just be like, oh, you all right, that happened, you know, whatever. And that's across the board. That's not even just black men. That's everybody. It's like, oh, yeah, you all right. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, your husband left you, but you don't got no right to be upset about that. You still got to do what you got to do. And it's like, this is what we do to each other. But it started on the plantation. And I tell people all the time, we ain't on plantation no more. It's okay to say I got beat down Let me take a second to heal my bruises. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And black people still have that thing with each other. You see it all the time. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
ain't nobody trying to hear that. You got millions of dollars. Like, we don't care what you got going.
No, you
That
can have
don't
all
mean
the
that
money in the
person is
world
not
and
still
still be in pain.
hurting.
That's true. I agree with
I
that.
just saw this saying, being a mama is not easy. You still have to be a mama when you're stressed, depressed, burnt out, crying, and struggling. Mothers are superheroes. You're going to change my mind on that. But that's almost anyone.
Yes, exactly.
We're going...
It's any responsible adult.
Any responsible adult
Yep.
is going through left, right,
Mm-hmm.
up, down, whatever, and you still have to move on. Like yesterday was a bad day for me. I didn't get out of bed till about 3:00 in the afternoon. I could not get out of bed.
Right.
I tried to move. I could not move. I slept all day. I woke up, went to the bathroom. I got back in the bed and went back to sleep. Like, I literally did have no energy
Right.
to get up. I didn't have any energy to give to anyone,
Right.
to my son,
Right.
who was draining the energy from me.
Right.
But just to, finally force myself up. Like, I knew I had a get together that I wanted to go to.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, let me get up and get something to eat. Next thing you know, I'm washing clothes. I'm like, once you start moving, you're moving.
Mm-hmm.
But your mental state sometimes, like I said, I've been at a new job. I've been training 9 hours a day at the job, sitting at a computer. So that's a lot,
Yeah.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming home and, whole different traffic pattern I got to deal with. It's a lot. And then you're just done. And you don't have, like me, I'm a single mom. So it's me handling everything in the house.
Right. Right.
And it's just like, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And then sometimes your body says, sit still. Don't move. Rest your mind. Rest your body. And I literally, like, it felt like it was a whole weight blanket having me strapped down.
Yes,
I
love those.
could not get out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
was
not
me,
like I
yeah.
don't have a weight blanket in my bed. Like,
Yeah, I'm about to say.
it's
That's
folded
love that
folded up
thing.
on this, like, on my side of my bed because I bump into it.
Right.
But it was not on me. But
Right.
that's the way I felt.
I did that on
My
Tuesday.
cat loved me.
I
She
literally
stayed with
stayed
me.
in the bed all day Tuesday. I mean, y'all know about my nephew or whatever, the whole process, the funeral, everything. It was just, and
Draining.
I have been labeled the strong one in my family. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
So whenever something happened, it's like, oh, Ty, you gonna handle da, right? And I was talking to my dad, and he was like, "Well, like it or not, you are the strong one. You are the strong one."
But
I'm
why
like,
I got- but why did I get
said,
labeled with
listen,
this?"
I am not the strong one. I'm just always going to do what I have to do.
Right.
But I still have weak moments. I still have days where I can't get out of bed. I still drop a few tears sometimes because I don't like how stuff is going in life. I got to make all these decisions all the time, as a homeowner,
Right,
alone or whatever. And nobody really seems to grasp that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So it gets hard because it's like, yeah, I'm always going to do what I have to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also not a person that's going to sit in sadness either. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, it's crazy. So my daughter was like, well, when you present as the strong one, people going to, but how do I present as the strong one? I just do what I have to do. I
Right,
can't
right.
afford to not do what I have to do. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's not even, I don't want that title of being strong because I be wanting help sometime too. I be wanting, they might hit on somebody's shoulder like, yo, this what happened, da, da, da. And I don't have it. So, and I don't think, that's taken in consideration enough as a whole. Like, everybody be like, oh, you the strong one. You got to be the one to do this. I mean, I'm talking day one when it happened. Like, all right, can I fall
Right.
apart for a couple days? Then I'm going to come back and do what I got to do.
Right. Right.
But still allow me that time to fall apart as well. So Tuesday, phone was on Do Not Disturb in the bed. I ordered some food. I got back in the bed or whatever. So, I think sometimes you do have to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to. You
Yeah.
gotta. What you call it? And I think that everything y'all saying kind of brings everything full circle, and we'll close out after this or whatnot. It just, You know what I mean?
But not to take away from men. I want to make that clear.
No. But all
we were just speaking in general about vulnerability and where it comes from. And, I don't even like that term strong black woman because.
All right. But it lines up to everything. But it lines everything up to what I was saying about, you know what I mean, with the whole my whole man diatribe thing that I went on. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, you are absolutely right and whatnot. And maybe, you know what I'm saying, I think that it's just, identifiable because you in your own skin and you get it, you know what I mean, from the standpoint in which that you can see it. It's a tough time. I didn't even know this episode was going to get this deep. I didn't know that we was going to go here
How
with
you
this.
didn't know from the topic? You already knew.
Yeah, I know, but it went there. It went there. Thanks,
It was
Ty.
good,
Ty
though.
bring she bring all the
No.
What?
No. That was
What?
you.
That was me.
That was you. Because all she did was read the questions.
Damn sure it did.
You wrote these questions.
All right, listen.
And
I
you
wrote the
an-
questions.
Oh, you wrote the questions? Oh, okay.
She wrote, right. She wrote the
Okay.
questions. So, but here's the thing.
I'm like, she read the questions,
But
and
it-
then you got it.
That's
But
probably
it-
why he
What
wanted
you
me to read them because I
right, but it fed into everything that I know, understand, and have been feeling. You know what I'm saying? And that's you know what I mean, the life that you live and what you understand. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just resonates in that way. So when you grasp onto it, like, listen, you know what I mean? I got some shit I got to say. So we say it, you know what I mean? And it is what it is. And I hope that anybody that hears it doesn't, take offense to it. You know what I'm saying? Or anybody that can identify with it or whatnot, maybe you can take some steps and whatnot into putting your, putting your boots to the ground and kind of, making things work out better for you. All right, so that was great.
Oh, I should have gave you my video I had about this vulnerability. No,
Yeah.
basically I said, everybody always had this attitude of I don't care what nobody think, I don't care about what nobody say.
Right.
But then when it's time to be vulnerable, now you care about what somebody think. Keep that same energy.
Mm.
Like, why would you be willing to give an opinion on stuff that don't matter, has nothing to do with your life, but something that's going to help your life be better? Now you're not going to do that because you worry about what people going to say.
Love it.
So if you enforcing all these other rules, you can't do this in your household, enforce your self-care as well. Because that's going to help you to run your household correctly.
Love it. All right, quick movie shows and we get out of here.
I just...
What?
So, there's a show called Justified City Primeval that
Okay.
just started.
On what?
Fox.
Okay.
FX. FX.
Okay.
Let me get it right. FX.
Right.
But this is like maybe a part 2. This is like, you have Law and Order, then you have Law and Order SVU.
Okay.
So
right.
this is something like that.
Okay.
Same main character,
Mm-hmm.
just like a different city. So before I started on City Primeval, he actually had a show for 6 seasons at the beginning of the 2000s called Justified.
Yeah.
That I had wanted to watch. I just never got a chance to watch it.
Okay.
So I binge watched it the last couple of weeks, seasons 1 through 6. Finished that. Now I'm starting on Primeval.
Right.
And when I get a chance, I'm going over to Disney to watch the new Star Wars.
Oh yeah, the Rosario
Acosta?
Dawson. Acosta. Mm-hmm.
Going to watch that.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll even finish season 3 of The Mandalorian. Somebody told me something last night. It gets better after the third.
I haven't even
episode.
watched the second season, so I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Because I'm stuck on episode 2 of season 3.
Right.
And he was like, "No, I understand why you're stuck." He's like, "But get to episode 3."
You take your TV
then-
mad personal. You listen. Just watch
take
this shit.
it.
Just watch it.
Well, I tried to watch it, and it was just like it lost me, and I'm just like, "Oh, I'm so bored."
That's why you gotta keep watching. That's just sometimes you gotta live through that. Taya, you got anything that you?
I got 2 things. First thing is the Shy, which kind of was the inspiration for the topics today because there's a part in the episode where the men on the show like basically did like a men's group thing. Like Victor was like, how would y'all feel if we start getting together and talk about the stuff that we want to talk about?
Right.
And like, Emmett was there and his dad was there and Emmett was like, oh, I don't know how to handle stuff because I never saw you handle stuff. Like his dad got back with his mom now that dad changed and all this kind of stuff. But growing up, he didn't really help his mom like that. So now, he's basically saying like, I'm a product of you. And everybody is expecting me to be this different man But how can I be that different man if I never saw that different man? You know what I
Okay.
mean? So that was really good.
On the Shy. That's the
Yeah,
Shy.
yeah.
Okay,
That I thought that was, I like that they put that on. I mean, some stuff on the show be
that's
like
Showtime, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was kind of the inspiration, for these topics or whatever. And the other thing is the Sex and the City reboot and Just Like That, the season finale really ticked me off, okay? Because Carrie got back with Aiden. Aiden had his own trauma where he didn't never want to step foot in her apartment or whatever. They was going to be together. She goes and get this whole new place because they're going to start this whole new life together, whatever.
Spoiler alert.
And then
All right, go ahead.
well, people should have saw it by now. And then something happened with his son.
It's like season 2, right?
Yeah. So something
I
happened.
haven't even watched season 1.
I'm gonna make it real quick. But something happened with his son or whatever.
I should have been there. I
his
saw
son,
that.
Yeah,
I
his
saw
son got in trouble, whatever, right? So he comes back to her and basically said, "Can you wait 5 years until my son is 18 for us to get back together?" What? No.
Boy.
Next question. No.
Oh,
First of
Lord.
all, you telling me no? This is the thing, right? Your son gets into trouble.
Right.
Now you're like,
Oh,
oh, I
son
can't.
went to his house,
Right.
and something had.
Yeah.
And this is just off of me seeing a clip on TikTok.
Right.
The son went to the house,
Right.
the father's house, but
He
the
wasn't
father
there.
wasn't
Right.
there.
He was in New York.
He was in New York. He wasn't there. Something happened at the house, and now he's in the hospital with a broken leg or something is
Yeah.
broken. And so he's
He
feeling
took the
bad.
dad's truck.
Right. So he's feeling
the
bad.
mom's truck.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's feeling bad that he wasn't at his house when his son got there
Right.
to prevent whatever happened. Guess what? Something would have happened
Exactly.
regardless.
All right, let's not spoil the show. All right, the Shy.
Who else is watching this?
Why? When we put
I mean,
this out, people
yeah.
should have been watching.
No,
it.
you right.
And this is actually a good clip.
And if they were watching it,
This is a good
if they've
clip
been
because I'm a
watching it at
hashtag
all.
and just like that. See, it's always thinking.
Good
I'm
shit.
a hashtag and just like that.
Do that.
But don't put that in there though.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying not
But-
to. I don't want you to spoil the whole thing. Go
All
ahead.
I'm gonna say is this. I feel like you should be able to balance both. And I say that because the mom got a boyfriend. The mom leaves and travels all the time or whatever. She's not stopping her life for her kids. You got to figure it out. This woman then got a whole new place, got rid of her apartment, because you didn't want to step foot in her apartment again. She got this house for you, whatever. She said she'll come visit you where you live. And you just shut it down and was like, no, I need you to wait 5 years.
Which
What?
apartment did Carrie go back to? Her original?
Well, she got rid of the original apartment. She gave it to somebody else, and she bought this whole big place because he never.
No,
wanted
the first place like after Big died.
Yeah, she not there. She went back
Okay.
to the other apartment, the apartment that he don't want to step foot in.
Right,
because
the original
that's where
apartment.
The breakup happened. At.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, and just like that.
That's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all watch it. It was very good this season.
I see clips and I'm like, I do want
I'm a
to.
Sex and the
So-
City fan.
So speaking
See,
of
I wasn't.
Yeah.
Speaking of HBO Max, I stumbled across. There was a flop at the box office. Supposed to be the biggest superhero movie of all time, and I sat down and watched it last night. The Flash. I did not want to like this movie. I am a diehard Marvel fan. I think DC has been fucking up forever. I think Warner Brothers is running it into the ground. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I'm not going to lie to you. I did not want to like it for the first 15 minutes. I'm like, oh, fuck this, fuck the Flash, blah, 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 blah.
Fuckity, fuck.
And I watched it, and I'm like, wow, yeah, they did a really good job with it. So shout out to them, James Gunn. I'm not an Ezra Miller fan, fucking weirdo,
No
but
one is.
it is what it is. Check out The Flash, great flick. I think they did a really, really good job with it. And the only thing I've been watching is 90 Day Fiance, the beach Joan on the show, whatever they are, the vacation is so it's essentially what it is it's the couples therapy of it of the 98 Fiance. People are
Okay.
going through some shit, and now they're on an island, and it's a couple. The one big Samoan dude's wife. She's like a thicker Spanish lady, or something like that, and they found out that she's cheating because he cheated, but she got a whole cheat sheet. She got a whole side nigga. This is some of the most entertaining shit I've ever, Big Ed with no neck and all that on there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
You
my
watch
God,
that.
for real.
He's on there going crazy, running around naked and shit. But I think comes on tonight. It's on, you can catch it. You can catch the episodes on Max. But the original episodes come on Sunday night on TLC, and the way that she's talking about this dude, I think that I ain't never seen nothing like it because it's almost like she doesn't want to not have contact with the side nigga. And the side boy, she's like, well, for the sake of our marriage and because we're trying to work it out, I'm going to block him for this weekend. And this nigga
This weekend.
This weekend. Or this weekend or this amount of time, this 2 weeks that we're here. She full-fledged having a whole fucking relationship. I'm not saying that she wrong because he cheated first. It's a whole thing. You got to check it out. You know what I mean? It's a whole vibe. They trying to steer away from other topics, just try to steer to other people. But them two, they shit is just different. Because he's he's Samoan boy. He don't speak real good English, so he talk like he did all the time. You know what I'm saying? And she is just like, he's like, and then he asked her straight up. He was like,
That was so
he was like,
disrespectful.
is he sex better than me? And she was like, it's not better. It's just different. I'm like, oh my God. Yo, he wants to ask all the questions, and she's just like, I don't feel comfortable with you being here right now. Can you sleep on the couch? It's a vicious situation.
My God.
It's a whole thing. You have to watch this shit because it's very, very entertaining. But other than that, now it's time to say goodbye to all my Negro friends. What? What? I didn't say nothing. Get with us on IG.
Wait.
What?
One more
What?
thing, right?
What's that?
Something outside and all this. So there's a rumor out that Marjorie was cheating.
Whoa, I heard about that.
I
didn't-
just saw it.
I just saw
I don't
that.
know if
just
it's
saw
true or not, so I'm gonna say rumor. But my goodness,
Yo, we
With
got
the
that is
bodyguard.
true. The internet is about to go.
crazy. Oh my gosh. And I don't want this to be the case. Lord, I don't
Steve
want this to
Harvey
be the
seemingly
case.
fired social media manager amid divorce rumors. Comedian Steve Harvey's wife, Marjorie Elaine, cheated on him with his bodyguard. And I mean, these are just the news titles
I hope this ain't
that,
so.
you know.
I hope this ain't so.
Well, we're gonna save this clip.
Oh
for
my
if it is.
gosh. Yes.
But
yeah, 'cause
can you
this-
imagine the amount of men that's gonna come at Steve Harvey?
No,
Harvey
the
next?
uproar on the internet period is going to go.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
gonna be. Oh, we thought
Great.
y'all
So
was
I
listening to him.
have this one thing. Steve Harvey apologizes for employees' blunder with Twitter post amid rumors of wife
Marjorie.
Because it's just not spelled.
Yeah, it's spelled weird. Go ahead.
Yeah, infidelity. He has apologized after one of his employees posted a message from his official X account that asked users to name a comedian they don't find funny.
Yeah, I
at all.
remember that.
So-
But what does that have to do with the divorce
Right.
rumors or the cheating?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
All right,
figure
we gotta
out.
figure-
But
Yeah.
the social media manager is probably the one that posted that tweet.
I don't want to speculate. I don't want to spec. I
That's
want
why
all
he
this.
got fired.
I don't wanna
Probably.
I don't want to speculate. I want all this shit to come to light and whatnot. I really
That's
do.
why I said rumor.
Yeah, it's all a rumor, alleged. All this
Allegedly.
is alleged. All right, y'all.
All right, but I just that's a topic right now, so I just,
No, I might split this up into two parts, or I might just we'll see what it's hitting for. But all right, y'all. Well, on behalf of Kelly Q
Hi.
and Ty Moore, I am Mr. Know-It-All. Like, I would say something, man. I don't know, but I feel like I was saying so many things that are profound. You know what I mean?
oh my
That you don't
You know what
want
I'm
to say
saying?
anything
Like,
stupid.
honestly, yeah. Like,
balance.
I don't.
Go on, say it. Go on.
It's just a question. Something I always had on my mind. It reminded me like a T-Roy thing, and whatnot.
T. Roy.
How
Oh
is it
my
that
goodness.
How is it that Superman was able to be gentle in procreation?
Huh?
I'm just gonna let that. I'm just gonna let that vibe. I'm gonna let that marinate. We talk about superheroes or whatnot. How, like, really though? How can Superman be gentle?
Why couldn't he be gentle?
Who said he is?
Then Lois
One
Lane.
who
Then
said
Lois
he
Lane
is.
is the real. The Lois Lane is the real Superwoman.
Who,
'Cause-
who said he is gentle? Clark Kent is gentle. Superman is not gentle.
But how can Clark Kent be gentle?
How can Clark Kent be Clark Kent?
But Superman ain't something you
Ah.
just turn on and off.
It is.
No,
literally is. It
Superman
Literally
is always.
is.
It literally is. Clark Kent is
Literally,
Superman.
he
They're two
throws
different
on his
people.
suit and some glasses, and he's back to Clark Kent.
When Superman leans up against something, it always like cracks. Superman is Superman. Even in the movie when he touched the pole and he
So
squeezed
maybe
it,
he can just be gentle. I'll be gentle. Please.
I don't believe none of that
be
shit.
gentle when you
That's the only thing about Superman that's not realistic to me.
How?
Gosh, he procreated with him.
Hey, The Rock can be gentle. Superman.
So what you think? He knocking chicks across?
Yes, I'm thinking that. I'm thinking that it might. I think he cloning Lois Lane. He has had to kill at least 3-4 Lois Lanes.
Oh my God, I can't.
That's all I got for that.
What?
Yeah, he killed a Lois Lane at one point.
Stop where you started.
Why?
So now I got a mental picture of Superman.
Right?
Come on, man. Faster than the speed and bullet, more power than a locomotive or whatnot.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But this is regular fucking, no? This is regular fucking from Superman.
No, wait a minute. Say that again.
This nigga, he hasn't tried.
Say it again.
Faster than a speeding train. No. What is it? Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. And you mean to tell me that this nigga, you mean this nigga didn't, this nigga ain't knocked the ovary loose somewhere? Come on,
yes,
bro. Like, come on, man.
Especially if it's Henry Cavill.
Then shout out to Lois Lane. You ridiculous. Shout out to Lois Lane then. Shout out to Lois Lane. You are the real superhero.
I mean, she's Superwoman, so.
No, she not Superwoman. Superwoman. No, Kara is Superwoman. His cousin.
You know I'm not into that.
Yeah,
Kara's not.
She's Supergirl.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's no Superwoman.
See, you had it wrong.
There's no Superwoman.
Y'all two
There's
of the
Wonder Woman.
Black women are the Superwomen. Let's give it up for you. On behalf of myself, Mr. Know-It-All, Kellie Q, the Q's, the Q Diamond Phillips, Taya Moore, the self-care expert, and the greatest social media manager ever. This has been episode 1.
She won't be getting fired.
And a birthday girl.
And a birthday girl. Hey. That works a little bit now.
Kill that button.
I know. Love y'all to death. It's episode 159. Holla at y'all when we holla at y'all.
160.
Peace.
Peace out. What we gonna do for 160?
Oh, man.
Well, you shouldn't be such a smart mouth, Mr. Know-It-All.